does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutoSales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and C.J. Hertz on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and C.J.
Hey! What's going on Mid-South? Question mark. No? Okay, I was workshopping that one last night. I thought that might be the one. Maybe not. Okay.
Maybe if said with a different tempo, that might work.
What's going on Mid-South?
There we go. Now say South like a regular person, not like.
What's going on Mid-South?
Yeah, no. You sound like.
That's how normal people say it.
You sound like somebody. You sound like the MC or the announcer man at like a monster truck rally. I've never been, but I assume that's what they sound like.
What's going on Mid-South? It's time to watch the wheels of steel destroy some cars.
Actually, I like that. Start the show like that. That's good.
Let's go, everybody. Time for Tuesday. Soft Rock Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
The softest rock in your ear hole. That's pretty good?
That's good.
Okay.
I like that.
We're working on that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to a brand new, fabulous edition of Sports 56 Mornings. I am Peter Edminston. He is the one and only CJ Hurt.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, CJ?
What's up? How's it going? I was a grown-up again yesterday.
I know. I
didn't go to bed till midnight.
What? Wait, whoa.
I know. Peter, this is all about to come crashing down real soon. I don't know. My prediction is
this could come
Thursday.
crashing down during the show.
It might. I feel good, though. It might happen Thursday.
Literally during the show, this could come. This could be a disaster for you.
Yes.
You may just fall.
Very much good.
Yeah, you may just nod right off.
Yes. It's possible, but I was up.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
God bless Blanche Devereaux and the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
They kept me up.
It's a little wild because you're on. We got our video stream, of course, going. If you want to check it out on Facebook and Periscope and all those fabulous outlets like that. You were like, I don't know, 3 seconds behind on your video stream from when I heard you.
Oh, right.
Zach was just like sitting there; he's not moving, and so that's
he's not moving here either.
No, I think it's just the stream.
No,
behind. So it's a little disconcerting.
Peter, I'm looking at Zach. He is not
moving. Oh.
No, there his head just moved, just a little bit.
Fair enough.
He's
okay.
looking up.
All right, as long as is he okay?
I think he's all right.
Okay, let's just double check on him, but make sure he's okay. Zach, you okay, buddy?
He just looked at us.
Okay,
he's
right.
straight.
Let's welcome him in, the Deacon of the Dollar. He is, of course, the impresario of Soft Rock Tuesday. He is not interested in any of your money because he's too busy. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Yes.
Let me
fix that. You saw him move right there. He definitely moved right there.
Let me scrap that.
Take
all right.
2.
And action. He's not interested in any of your honeys because he's too busy stacking all his money.
Boy does not know how to act when he comes in dressed in all black.
Oh. Okay.
It's a blackout over there.
He ain't going to go out on a date because he's too busy with a lot of weight of gold coins.
Okay. All right. There we go. I was wondering. It's like, wait, I don't think Zach deals in weight, but all right.
Oh, he does. He deals in a weight of gold bars and coins very, very tall, stacking them up like Legos, basically.
Okay. All right.
What we're dealing with, yeah.
He may be going a bit bald, but he still has love for all of y'all.
Well, not all of y'all.
Well, most of y'all. Some of y'all. A few of y'all. Really, one of y'all. One or two of y'all.
The ones who have the money. The ones who have the money, basically. You got love for you. Everybody else, not really have time for you. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the man himself, similar like Zach. Zach Boyd, what's up?
There we go.
Oh,
Yo.
There it is.
Yo.
Oh, boy.
There it is.
Off to a rough start there.
I don't know what it is with the start of the show and Zach.
What was that? What was it? Yo,
No, because I was talking to Peter before
question
the
mark?
show. And so
Yeah, we were talking before the show.
Yeah, we was talking before the show. And so I just forgot to turn myself on.
I heard him just fine the first time. I recognize
Nobody else heard him.
Nobody else heard him. So that is problematic for sure. We got it squared away, though. We're good. Let's go. Let's get it today on the show. We got a lot of fun stuff for you. We're going to spin that wheel of conversation. We are going to do that yesterday, but we got kind of caught up on a fun, interesting discussion, and that happens from time to time. So you have to just kind of let that thing flow. But we're gonna spin the wheel of conversation. I have to get into. I got to delve a little bit deeper, CJ, into something that you were talking about last night, which I should have even. At the time, it didn't even occur to me that I'm having a conversation with you online at
9.
8 or 9 o'clock. I'm
Yeah.
like, I got done with it. I was like, wow, that's weird. I never talked to CJ like at that time. That's weird. About locking phones in a relationship and what the situation is there. This is CJ and I disagree on this one apparently quite a bit. So we're gonna get into that. Our buddy Evan Barnes is going to join us at 9 o'clock. Of course, Evan, like a lot of folks, is adjusting to the new reality of us all kind of figuring out what's going on with sports. And his beat, of course, was Grizzlies for a while and Tiger football, and of course, both those things very much still trying to figure out what the plan is. And I don't know if there's any answers yet, but we're going to talk to Evan about that and about what he's been doing during all this quarantine business and all that stuff. That'll be coming up 9 o'clock. We're going to talk to Evan. So much to discuss. As always, if you want to be a part of the show, we certainly welcome each of you to be part of the show. We love you. We say, hey, come on in. Be part of the family here in the Family Leisure Studios. The Family Leisure Studios extend all the way out. They extend into your neighborhood, my neighborhood. They extend into your heart. They extend into my heart. They extend into CJ's heart that he's displaying for you on the screen right there. That sort of was a heart, and then it just stopped being a heart at some point.
I was just trying to see how many, if I can make a heart with all of my fingers.
We were almost getting into like gang sign territory.
Oh.
I was a little concerned. We was getting close. If
I
we
will
just kind
stop
of move
that
one thing,
then.
it was
I'll stop that. Never mind. No,
we're not far. If you just twisted that one kind of down,
I'm not
then,
twisting.
Yeah.
Nope.
So we
Nah,
just
I
want
don't
the
live that
heart.
life.
Yeah, just the heart,
Just
and be
this
kind of
bow.
done with it. Yeah,
Right
just there we go. There you go. That's fine. No gang. If you show that on the streets, then you're gonna
Heart.
get nothing but love.
Yes.
No matter what part of the town you're in, if you just walk up to some random people and you just say, "Hey, it's all love,"
I'm gonna try that.
you're guaranteed a hug. That's no matter.
Whoa.
Well, not these days.
Whoa.
Not these days.
Okay.
Social distancing.
Almost. I saw a niece of mine. She lives in South Carolina. She came up because there's nothing for her to do. So she's visiting my brother-in-law. So she wanted to see me. So we saw her this weekend, and she gets out of the car and she is running in slow motion to me to come and get a big hug. And I just felt this right leg. I planted that left leg, and that right leg came back, and I was gonna kick her in the forehead. No, stop.
You gotta set the
Back
you gotta
up.
set your perimeter.
That's close enough. I can see you and hear you from there. Air hug. Don't touch. Don't come over here.
You got to set your perimeter.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
I mean that's just part of it. You got to set your perimeter. You got to know what's going on. You got to have it all squared away. Did you see the fight? There was a fight that made the rounds on social media last night. That was outstanding. Two guys. I never seen that. It's rare that you see a good street fight like this. I like a good street fight.
Okay.
I enjoy a real street fight. But this dude, you got a guy with no shirt, just jeans, sort of, I don't know, staggering around. I think he had apparently said something that was untoward. You have a very tall guy with glasses on who kind of looks strikingly like Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
And these two decided to put the Dukes up.
Oh.
And the shirtless guy kind of had, you could tell his stance was not great, and his arms were here. It just wasn't ideal. What was fun about the street fight, and what I encourage you to go check out, is like my man, very tall, lanky Jeff Goldblum looking fellow with glasses on. He just snaps like into fight mode, and it was incredible. Like the stance is like pretty good, and you're like, this guy actually he starts to unleash the hands a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, all right. First of all, he's got a big reach advantage. Second of all, he can actually seems to be able to use the hands a little bit. He's kind of snapping off a little bit, like a little jab. Okay, all right. This guy might have something. Then he does a wheel kick, like a round, like an actual like 180 wheel kick into your guy. Yes.
Oh wow. That's not fair.
And it is on the button, right on the chin.
No.
And just knocks dude back into the car.
Oh no. Somebody's got to get in. That dude's
and
the
then
killer.
He follows up with another punch, like and then so the one guy tries to call a timeout. Again, the rules of street fighting pretty clear. You cannot call a timeout. Timeouts are not observed. You can call one. It's not going to be observed.
Zach, are you watching it over there?
I am watching it.
Did you see old buddy get just rocked?
that
round
that roundhouse is something serious, man.
Yeah. And
where is it at?
So for real, so then the guy tries to call timeout, and he turns away and he's like, "Woo!" And then my man just measures him with a rib kick at the end and breaks it. You can tell he broke a rib. He just comes right. I mean, this dude's obviously taken some level of martial arts training of some sort. He I don't know if it's kickboxing or taekwondo or something like that, but he has some kicking ability that is legitimate, and it was. I couldn't stop watching. I just watched this thing on loop. Like I must have watched it 15 times last night.
Hey, you don't know what anybody is packing, what anybody is working with. So that is why I'm always like respectful. If I bump into you when I'm out, I make sure, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I apologize. Don't be saying untoward things to anybody.
But you're trying to make sure people don't catch your hands.
No, because
I
know. No.
Oh, no, okay.
No, I don't want to catch anybody else's. Like I can't imagine being in a fight with a dude who's using his legs like that. Like that's not fair. You're gonna win. And I'm not taking a whooping. That's something. So I will run. But if you're using your legs like that, you're just gonna chase me down. And then it's gonna be like we're out on the Serengeti, like you're a cheetah and I'm an antelope trying to escape that ass whooping. I'm not doing that. No. Embarrassing
Zach,
would be.
Did my man escape any ass whooping yesterday?
Which the guy that caught
old Boomhauer there? He didn't escape anything, did he?
No.
Is Boomhauer an affectionate term, or are we talking about Boomhauer from King of the Hill?
He looks like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Okay, I just want to.
It's not really an affectionate term in this case.
Ooh.
Did you see what?
Ooh, he switched it up on him. Oh,
He switched his stance.
Oh, Jesus.
He switched his stance on him.
Jesus.
Watch that last kick at the end. At the end.
He said, "I'm done. Yeah."
That last kick broke.
That was
a rib.
unnecessary.
Yeah. Oh, it was necessary.
That was unnecessary.
No, it was necessary.
It
was necessary.
that
you
was
can't
unnecessary.
be. No, you can't be trying to call a timeout in the middle of this. What
are
you doing?
Fall or run. Whatever it is, you can't just be standing there like timeout. Wait,
my man
over.
was that. No,
he threw in the towel like he was in a ring. What are you doing? It's a fight, dog. You started it. Foul.
He started it. Especially when you start it.
Boy,
you cannot call a timeout when you start the fight.
He tried to call when he saw him switch the stance. So at one point, he's right, and then he just
he goes southpaw. He goes southpaw
right
on him, right?
And my man was like, "Uh-oh." That's when he knew. He knew like, "Uh-oh, I'm finna catch this whooping."
Well, you saw the first hands. The first hands got loose. He's got loose hands. Wait a second. Because he's got that reach. He's tall. So, Boomhauer need to get inside and get in that phone booth a little bit. Get inside.
That's the other thing. Like once you see him switch it up and he kicks you into the car, just go grab it. Just grab him and hold on to him for dear life.
To take that thing down. Street fights don't usually last that long not falling down. Usually somebody gets taken down or some sloppy.
Boy, he got the pinky up and everything. Like that's a killer. Anybody who put that pinky up, no, that's somebody who know what's going on.
Well, and the roundhouse is. I would encourage anyone to go find it.
Whew,
My man
that
just
roundhouse is beautiful.
The roundhouse is
grab
on the
him.
button.
He couldn't grab. He tried to grab him.
He could no. He was once he hit that roundhouse on the chin. He was on Gaga Street. He was a little loopy, and then he just kept taking some punches. And oh boy. Don't if you think you see a Jeff Goldblum impersonator out there, you might think he's not that tough. But let me tell you something. Some folks got training. Some folks got street fight training. Some people know how to fight. And you catch the wrong person in the wrong situation. No, that's why I don't fight, man. It's more for their protection, not for my protection.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
That's good. Getting punched in the face, I don't know if many people have had that happen. It hurts.
It's not fun.
Getting hit in the bread basket. Brick basket. Bread basket.
The brick basket.
The bread basket hurts.
Bricktastic.
Losing your wind hurts.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life no more, man. At one point in time, there were scuffles that were had. Now as a grown-up, I got to go to work in the morning. No, I'm not doing that with y'all.
Nobody wants to fight. Nobody. I mean, well, some people do, but nobody should want to fight at this age.
You bring this video up. Did you see Mike Tyson?
Oh.
So some people want to fight.
More release. More Tyson videos. Incredible.
Dear God, my Lord. I couldn't train Mike Tyson. Mike wouldn't be hitting me in the chest with all that padding because that still looks like it hurts. No, I'd wet myself if I had to stand there and be in the ring and let Mike Tyson hit me with all of the padding that they have on. No, not doing that. But to your point, some people are they fighters, man. And you don't know. Like, you might roll
up. With Mike.
We know what. Anybody with a face tattoo is like, okay, he's either a fighter or a killer. Because those are only two jobs you can have with face tattoos. But if Mike...
Most jobs don't appreciate you with face tattoos, I will say that.
Mike doesn't have a face tattoo.
In the job interview.
He looks like that elderly black gentleman guide who's there to help the hero along, that Merlin character. So somebody might see a Mike Tyson out on the streets and be like, hey, that dude's kind of chubby. I bet I can run up on him and get something. Nope. Mike will annihilate your whole face. You have nothing but a face print.
Yeah. Mike will destroy you. There's no question about that. It was amazing to me to watch. And I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know what to take of it. I don't know what to take from it other than I'm amazed the dude's 53 years old. But he looked like I really I mean, you can never tell with training videos sometimes, but I really would like to see against somebody that's halfway decent. I just want to see it. It might not work. It might, I don't know. But it's, I want to see it. I have a weird feeling it might kind of work, maybe.
Did you know that there were multiple angles to this fight?
Yes, I saw the top
angle.
Yeah,
the sky cam.
Yeah, the sky cam. They kind of didn't get a clear one until the very
till
right
the fight
when they started fighting.
Off, yes.
I wanted to hear a little bit more of the trash talk, but no, Geraldo there was ready to roll.
Geraldo could never.
Geraldo. I mean, I'm telling you, man, that roundhouse was nasty. I got to watch it again now. See, look, the guy, the shirtless guy's got the he's got put up your dukes going, and he's got a real floppy, like this business here is happening, and like his face is just wide open
with their arms.
No,
like,
this is not going to
like,
get. He's sort of wobbling his arms around like you gotta
guard
get
the
here.
grill.
You got to get your face. You got to get right there. Zach's got this old school. I don't know what it is.
Like
1920. Oh, you old rascal! You're gonna get an old knuckle sandwich if you're not careful.
First thing.
So my man right there, he's spread, he's wide open, and then he tries to. He sort of he comes in. He makes the first move with a right leg kick. Boomhauer does, and it's just there's nothing in it. And then he steps forward, but he's way off balance with his attempt at a right hand, which does nothing. And then that just only makes Geraldo mad. So Geraldo comes in with a decent little right to the body to get some distance. Then he pops him with a right to the face, and all of a sudden, old boy is upset. Now he backed him off with a kick too, and now old boy's like, "Wait a second, he's hit me with 3 shots."
Okay, let's reevaluate this.
And he kind of goes backwards a little bit, and he's like, "Okay, all right," but he's flat-footed in his stance, and so once you're flat-footed in your stance, then, well, you see what happens. And to his credit, that's when he recognizes that the roundhouse is where the action is. And he comes in and just kapow right on the chin. I mean, UFC style. Whoom! And then he comes in with a right hand. And then a couple more. Oh. And he's hit. I mean, like, I love how he almost kicks him. Then he stops.
Then stops. It's like,
measures
no, I'm gonna
it.
make
He's
this
like,
right.
I want to get the second and third rib. I want to break these particular ribs right here. Wham! And then he just kicks him. And dude's like, whoo! Okay. I'm out. Telling you. Something special. That's a special day. It's a special day at the office. That's strong.
Hit him. My man roundhouse kicked him. Hit him so hard, he lost his own glasses.
Yeah.
He knocked his glasses off. Not the guy who he hit. He knocked his own glasses off. He didn't need to.
He didn't need to. He knew he wasn't going to hit in the face. So that wasn't even a problem for him. He wasn't even worried about that. I mean, fantastic. Fantastic.
Got to grab him. That first kick comes through. You got to grab him. Grab him and hold on. Like Barkley did Shaq.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Barkley in Houston?
Yeah.
Bounced the balls off Shaq's head. Shaq threw 2 punches. Barkley said no. And just grabbed him and laid on top of him. That's what you got to do, man.
Mm-hmm. You got to know your weaknesses.
Yeah. Run for your life.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he'd chase you down to try and deliver those blows. Just run away, man.
Fight. You picked the wrong fight.
Very much so.
You just that was a wrong decision. And, it's you can either accept it or you can, get hit a lot and leave with broken ribs and everything else. And
you lost.
The word on the street is that old dude came back with a 2x4 to try to get some revenge.
Okay. That's not good.
Jim Duggan.
That's not good. You can't be doing that.
Now the rule is if you got beat that bad, you can't be coming back. It's
rule when somebody is on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't stomp them. Don't pick up weapons, man.
Just take your beating and like a gentleman.
Walk home. Shake your head.
That guy's clearly a gentleman. And
do some sit-ups or something, dog. Like, I got nothing for you.
Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy.
Start training.
Time! Jeff Goldblum versus Boomhauer on the streets. Let's go! So that I encourage you to all check that out. It's about 45. It's every bit as good as UFC 249. Basically similar quality of fight you're dealing with here.
Okay.
Tremendous. I thought overall. Dana White probably going to sign both these guys.
Okay.
At least roundhouse kick guy, I think certainly.
Got to get him out there.
Could be in the mix. Could definitely be in the mix. There's no doubt about all that. So when we come back, we will get into what we've learned as of the last 24 hours about the return to action. We're also going to get into the wheel of conversation. We're going to get into CJ's relationship corner. We're going to get into a whole lot of other areas here on a Soft Rock Tuesday from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. How old is your water heater? With most of the water heaters in the Mid-South located in the attic, the worst day you can replace your water heater is one day too late. It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. Plus, these energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. Most 10-year-old water heaters were about 65% efficient when they were new, compared to a tankless water heater from Conway Services is up to 98% efficient. Plus, right now, get your tankless water heater from Conway Services for as low as $79 per month. or I'll give you $300 for that old tank water heater. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. And with over 8,000 5-star reviews, you know Google guaranteed Conway Services will be providing that award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier tankless water heater professionals at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
If you could hear a DQ treat, what would it sound like? A Blizzard treat sounds like family board game night. A Sunday sounds like an indoor movie marathon. And a Fudge and Crunch cake sounds like a birthday wish come true. Ah, the sweet sound of treats. Use takeout or visit the DQ drive-thru for all your favorites. Thank you for making us part of your together.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
It all came so easy. All the loving you gave me, the feelings we shared.
I'm going to guess Lionel Richie.
Come on.
Who is it?
And I still can
Peebo.
This Peebo?
It's Peebo.
Yes. How long has it been since we had Peebo?
Too long.
Oh.
We had a once in a lifetime. Oh. Listen to Peebo. Oh,
Get it, Peebo. Yes.
Yeah, we got to get to the main. We got to get to the chorus. This is Soft Rock Tuesday, yo. Listen to this right here. Turn it up. Turn this up, Zach. Come on, right here.
If ever you're in my arms again, this time
Listen to Peebo. Oh, man. If you listen to Peebo, he's telling you. He's telling you.
This time I'll hold you forever. This time we'll never.
That's Peebo. Peebo Bryson, ladies and gentlemen, on Soft Rock Tuesday. If ever you're in my arms again. Has there ever been a more soulful song? Probably, but it's a good one. But it's good though. It's really good.
He has an album out recently
Right now?
dropped in 2018. It's called Stand for Love.
Oh, well, guess what I'll be doing this evening?
As we should be. You should always be standing for love. Who isn't standing for love? Who isn't standing for love out here?
Zach has his hand up, of course.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
I mean,
all right, Zach. So you can probably just skip that one, but
I didn't plan on listening to it anyway. So.
What?
I mean, I listened to it just for musical.
This Peebo slander.
No,
Did you listen
there's
to-
no Peebo slander.
Did you listen to Lucky Day?
Yeah, I listened to a couple of his songs.
A lucky, lucky day. Lucky. That's a song, right?
No. No, that's not it.
So we are back as we continue here. And on a Soft Rock Tuesday, Sports 56 mornings, Peter and CJ with you here on what is, it's rainy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's raining, and it's going to rain most of the week.
Well, it hasn't started yet.
Out my neck of the woods, we had quite a little rain just moments ago. So I can't speak for everybody's neck of the woods. I'm only talking about one neck here, but it was raining a little bit. It's gonna be off and on. I'll just tell you that. Some off, some on. So have that. I would say just go ahead and take that umbrella of yours. Just throw it in the car, and you got your rain gear. Go ahead and throw that in the car too. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Let's keep that thing. I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready just in case something happens. I don't want you to be caught off guard. Okay. Now, we are working towards a return to action. Major League Baseball is the most recent group to try to figure out some way to return to action, and the plan. Or I think the discussion about the plan that they have put forth, to the extent that there is a plan, owners are basically getting ready to propose the specific terms, but they are planning for a July start. Around July 4th would be the start with an 82-game season. So you're basically cutting the season in half. Playoff teams will be expanded to 14. Spring training 2.0.
Hell yeah.
An upgraded spring training.
Okay.
With the new operating system and some of the new features. Spring training 2.0 in effect. That'll begin in June. Designated hitter across the whole thing. Universal designated hitter. Geographical schedules in which teams play only in-division opponents and interleague opponents in a similar area. So you're going to go light on the travel. And they're trying to expand the playoffs so that they can increase revenue, basically, and they're pretty upfront about that. So knowing that they're going to take a hit revenue no matter what, they're trying to boost and sort of juice the postseason and make that extra revenue there. Now, again, I don't know how you're going to do that with no fans in the stadium. Because I don't think it's going to materially change the terms of the television contract. I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. So I'm a little bit confused about the specifics of that. Also, Sean Doolittle of the Washington Nationals had a thread on Twitter yesterday kind of talking about this whole situation and his concerns as a player. And I thought it was a really – if you haven't checked out, did you see this, CJ?
Yeah, I did. I
thought it was pretty well argued. Like, it was pretty well laid out in terms of, what we don't know about the coronavirus, about what we don't know about the long-term situation. So putting people at risk is particularly problematic. It says, talking about the lung issues that we've talked about, the ground glass opacities, which are, like little small areas in the lungs that have been destroyed. And so you have permanent lung damage, even in asymptomatic patients. Sometimes they're seeing this, where you just don't have lung capacity. You have the lung capacity of like a 70 or 80-year-old, even though you're younger, and you never had any symptoms or anything like that. It just kind of happens. So he's obviously concerned about that as a player, which anybody should be. He talks about how sharing indoor spaces is really a big problem, and so if you have clubhouses and things like that, where we've seen how quickly this thing can spread, how are you going to mitigate that risk inside a clubhouse? Like, it's fine on the field, no problem. You out there, there's a social distancing is in effect on a baseball diamond pretty much by the nature of the sport. But in the clubhouse, in the dugouts, and all that stuff, no, there's no social distancing there. So he says essentially, I don't know how many tests we're going to need, but not just for players. You're going to have coaches, clubhouse staff, security, grounds crews, umpires, game day stadium staff, all the media stuff, everyone. And then we're talking about, he says, hotel workers, transportation workers. We need to consider what level of risk we're willing to assume. 80% of cases are considered mild, he says, but what if a player, staff member, auxiliary worker, or family member gets a case that's in the 20% and they develop severe symptoms? One feels like too many. There are a number of players and staff who have pre-existing conditions. And if even mild cases can cause long-term health effects, will there be added health care benefits for players, staff, and workers that will extend beyond their employment and into retirement to mitigate the unknown risks of putting on a baseball season during a pandemic? He says he wants to know what's the plan to ethically acquire enough tests, and what's the protocol when somebody tests positive. You want to play, and you want everyone to be safe. That's what he put out there, and he has more on the thread itself, specific support and links and information and all that stuff. So I'm sort of encapsulating it there, but you understand and you get the gist of it, and he's raising the concerns. Now, this, of course, was followed by the predictable "shut up and play." Hey, dummy, you're being paid to play baseball. Whatever they say is what you got to do, kind of stuff. I got to go to work, so you got to go to work. This is one of the reasons why baseball, having one of the strongest unions out there, tells you the importance of having good labor protection, because they have a seat at the table. They have a strong say in what happens to them. And unfortunately, not all workers have that, and that's a shame. I wish they did, because that would make things a lot easier and a lot better for workers in this country. But CJ, what do you think about his reaction to this and kind of feeling like this thing is being fast-tracked without really thinking things through?
I think that the thread was insightful and raised legitimate concerns. We've talked about it before on this show, no need to rehash it, but I don't get how this has become a political thing, that this isn't political. This is somebody who is legitimately concerned about not only his health and his family's health, but the health of everybody around him and everybody in the sport, not just players and coaches and umpires, but the pilots, the bus drivers, the hotel workers, all of that, because he seems to get that. If it catch, we're all in this. He seems to understand that. So if it pops off, in one clubhouse or with one particular player or that player's families, it can quickly spread. And he raises to me some legitimate concerns and asks some really good questions, some things that Major League Baseball should have in that proposal. That should be in there, not just the rules changes, not just the designated hitter, which they were talking about before the pandemic happened, not just the extended or the expanded, playoffs, which they were talking about before the coronavirus pandemic happened, but real measures in place to mitigate and keep people safe from the coronavirus. And I think if Major League Baseball really wanted to get the season going and really wants to, which I have no doubt that they do, they should have answers to those questions. How often are you going to test? How are you ethically going about getting the test? What is going to happen when a player tests positive or a support staff member tests positive? What can we do to mitigate the risk of somebody contracting this disease? They're athletes, and we all know, to be in shape, you need to be able to breathe. You need your body working at optimum condition. You just do to play at that level.
Absolutely.
So if this is a virus that has the potential to do significant scarring damage to not just your lungs, but liver and other body parts as well, other internal organs, there's no telling what that could do to your career, how that might impact you, how that might shorten your career. So that the MLB and other professional sports leagues should be willing to answer those questions and have those questions in any proposal that they put forth. It's great to have these leagues. It's great to watch sports and to get that camaraderie with one another, other fans of our teams, family members. That is all well and good. But don't forget, we can do that because of the labor force on the field. So if there's something out there that could significantly impact that labor force on the field, that drastically changes your sports and how good a product you're able to put out there. So you've got to be willing to do things to protect those players, coaches, support staff members, and others.
Well, and again, and this should be the norm across all workplaces, not just Major League Baseball or anybody else. That should be the number one thing, and it's really sad that it hasn't been for a lot of employers. I mean, you've seen some that have been. Some have been great. Some employers have handled this exactly the way you would want, ideally, perfectly. They've made sure that their employees are safe. They've made sure their workers are safe above everything else. That's been the number one consideration. And you're seeing that many corporations, even though they are quote unquote technically available to open up, are choosing not to. They're choosing to keep working from home. They're choosing to keep their employees away. They're choosing to do the right thing. So not everyone is trying to blur the line. Not everyone is trying to skip steps here. But, it does feel like when you set the time and say, okay, we're going to restart on July 4th and then work backwards from there, you're not doing it right. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, you're letting a date set your agenda rather than letting the data and letting the virus and letting the recovery process that we're all going through, letting that set your agenda. You can't – this thing is not going to change. There's a tremendous amount of magical thinking. I've used that term a lot, and that's not just a random two words together. That's a legitimate psychological phrase. That's just magical thinking is something that we all do from time to time in thinking that we have more control over a situation than we do. And there's a tremendous amount of magical thinking that's going on in this country, seems like in particular this country, where we think we have some control over this thing. We think we have some level of ability other than, the norm of medical discovery, testing, tracing, etc., where we think we have some kind of an extra grab on it. We don't. Where we think we're immune to it, or somehow it's not as bad or not as big of a deal, or some that's all just that's magical thinking. That's not, you're not looking at an actual bit of information. The evidence is out there, plenty of it, and if you don't observe it, you're going to end up getting people hurt and sick. And Major League Baseball needs to be very careful about how they handle this. And players matter. Same thing with the NBA players. NBA players aren't uniformly chomping at the bit to get back into action in a situation where not everything is controlled. Why would you be? Yeah.
Me?
I was waiting for you to jump in there, but apparently you just
I thought you were still going. Once it got past 3 seconds, I was like, oh, let's see how long we can wait. No, I don't know why you would be. You wouldn't be. And it's one of those things where the difference in the MLB and a league like the NBA is the amount of contact that players have. So let's forget for a moment the bumping that goes on, boxing out in the post, going over screens, going under screens. Let's forget about that for a moment. Just think about the casual stuff that happens. There's a guy on the ground. You go help him up. You sprint. You go run and help your teammate up. Somebody makes a big shot. You go, you pat him on the back. You slap him on the butt. You give him a high five or something like that. You're joking around with people constantly during the game. The referee makes a call. You might run over, put your arm around the referee. Like there are things that are happening, and not to mention just breathing. The spittle that comes about from simply breathing and screaming out plays and things of that nature. The NBA, it seems to be, because of the nature of the sport, a sport that the coronavirus would thrive in from a infection standpoint. I can't imagine why you as an NBA player would be thrilled or chomping at the bit, as you put it, to get out there without appropriate measures in place, whatever that is, whatever those look like.
And that's whatever they look like will evolve over time once we know. Again, there's still a lot we don't know. There's still plenty of information that we don't have about a lot of what's going on. It's amazing. I think people expected, because you're just sort of used to, watching TV, or you were used to getting things quickly. But when you're dealing with a novel virus like this, it is going to take a long time to figure out what goes on, because every discovery has to be done through experimentation and testing and all that stuff, and those things take time. I mean, you have to have people, you have to have proper experimentation, you have to have proper observations, all those things that you can't just look at the virus and be like, yep, well, there's a problem right there, bing, bang, boom, let's put that thing under the microscope, yep, oh, I see it right there, let me get the old fix, and boom, we're good to go. I guess we've watched enough TV, a lot of CSI and Grey's Anatomy and whatever else, to think that we can solve this problem a little quicker than we can. This is a new situation, and people are putting more money than ever behind it. But it's going to take time, no matter what. Up next, the reaction of players in the NBA and in MLB is telling. as we've already talked about. We'll get back into that. Also coming up, Wheel of Conversation, Evan Barnes at 9. Plenty more to get to here on Sports 56 Mornings. Peter and CJ, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from
Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more.
Right here, R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Don't miss it.
If you could hear a DQ treat, what would it sound like? A Blizzard treat sounds like family board game night. A Sunday sounds like an indoor movie marathon. And a Fudge and Crunch Cake sounds like a birthday wish come true. Ah, the sweet sound of treats. Use takeout or visit the DQ drive-thru for all your favorites. Thank you for making us part of your together.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The modern take on nicotine has arrived. Say hello to Velo hassle-free nicotine pouches. It's a game changer made for game changers. Whether you're grinding in the boardroom or from your basement, producing a podcast or prepping a photo shoot, writing code or commanding a crowd, whatever your hustle is, Velo's ready. Visit Velo.com now to find your retailer. Website restricted to age 21 plus tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Do you have any idea why I never speak the way I am right now? It's because if you're honest, sincere, and knowledgeable, you do not need fast-talking, high-energy, gimmick-promising advertising to get a customer's attention. Speaking of that, how do you think companies can offer huge rebates and giveaways when you use their services or buy their products? By overcharging you in the first place, that's how. Fiveash Roofing doesn't operate that way. It's misleading and dishonest. When I provide a customer with the best products and the best service possible and do it at a fair price, why would I need gimmicks to sell it? Best products, best warranties, and best service possible. That's all we offer. Well, that and financing. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. Don't miss out on anything. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
She's like the wind through my tree. She rides the night.
You know who this is?
Next to me.
Michael McDonald.
Man, it's always a good guess. This is one you would never guess.
Christopher Cross.
No.
Okay, who?
He's an actor. No longer with us. Well known for his role in Dirty Dancing.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, yes.
Patrick Swayze is dead?
Yes.
What?
Been dead for a while. Yep.
Okay.
But this is Patrick Swayze.
Dude from Ghost,
Crank
right?
it right here. Crank it right here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
She's like the wind.
And then listen to that. Ooh. You hear
That's
that
beautiful.
That's sultry. Ooh, that's sultry right there. Yeah, that's Patrick Swayze. You didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know he could do that, did you?
No.
See, that's
I only know Patrick Swayze for his role in Ghost.
Well, he is certainly That would have been my next movie that I would have told you. Ghost, certainly. The part of one of the most famous Saturday Night Live sketches of all time with Chris Farley, the Chippendales sketch, where he and Chris Farley are competing to be the Chippendales dancer. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I encourage you to watch it. If
I
you
have to go
haven't
watch
seen it.
that. I hadn't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, oh boy. You're a little younger than me, so you wouldn't have seen. Oh, iconic, unbelievable sketch. Worth checking out if you have not seen it. Please check that out. Also, did you see last night one of the more unusual things, and we'll talk about it with our buddy Dustin Starr later in the week, but a wrestler Becky Lynch, the WWE's one of the biggest stars. She's truly been like her spotlight is just through the roof. Mm-hmm. She announced last night she handed over her women's championship belt to Asuka and said that she is pregnant. She's going to be a mommy. Okay. She says, I can't fight anymore. Said, you're going to be a warrior, and I'm going to be a mother. And then it was a very emotional moment, and in the ring, and I don't think that Asuka knew that was. I think that was a legit, real moment of joy. And she's having the baby daddy is Seth Rollins.
Wow,
her fiance.
Okay, congratulations to him.
So that's a wrestling youngster out there.
Yeah.
So obviously at that point she can't really fight.
Okay.
Would not really be ethical.
Yeah, you can't be taking bumps and getting chopped in the. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
No, we're not. It's not that kind of party. Plus, I think she's. She's trying to kind of to get into acting a little bit.
She's gonna get that rock money.
Kind of do some. She got a long way. I mean, that's that. No one's getting that rock money.
I mean, you got to start somewhere, Peter. We act like the Rock just got here all of a sudden, but we forget all the terrible movies and all the minor roles the Rock was in.
What terrible movie was Rock in?
Let me think about one.
Give me the.
What's the Escape from Space Mountain? Escape from Witch Mountain? That wasn't a good movie. Tooth Fairy. You remember Tooth Fairy?
Tooth Fairy was a surprisingly heart-filled movie.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Central Intelligence.
That's fine.
Come on now. But that was later on.
What are you saying? Like as far as good movie?
You remember Hercules?
The animated movie?
No, the movie that The Rock was in.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. No. Not. I've never. No.
The Game Plan. Where do you stand on the game plan?
I mean, I stand firmly on it.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Race to Witch Mountain was the movie.
All right. So look.
Doom.
I know he made
Baywatch.
Scorpion King.
Yeah, on Scorpion King.
Are you kidding me? Like he started doing The Mummy Return. Like he did some movies, and he was a minor part in some of those.
Scorpion King's fine. That's a fine. It's a fine. Made money. The scoreboard on The Rock is box office. Okay, box office. My man's done pretty well for himself.
Yes, really well, really well. But to get that
was
box
Doom
office
a great
money?
movie?
No,
it was not. No.
But
it was good. And it was Walking Tall. It was pretty good. It was okay. It was all right. It was Baywatch, a great movie. No, it was not. The Game Plan. No, not a great movie.
He had a lot of those roles because you
G.I.
got to have
Joe,
those
Retaliation.
roles. You got to start. G.I. Joe Retaliation was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
like,
I
like
thought that was pretty good.
Rotten Tomatoes says not. It says otherwise. I mean, he's the guy's been in some great films. Okay,
he has. He's been in some bad films
Moana.
that made a lot of money.
Moana, Jumanji.
But he had to start somewhere. And so I'm saying Becky Lynch can start somewhere, do a couple of these movies, and then take off all of a sudden. Why did we decide to rock with The Rock after some of these movies? Like he kept getting parts after these things.
Because the guy's a phenomenal star. The guy's a star. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, there's nobody that had an unblemished record when it came to movies. Nobody was perfect. I mean, you can look at Tom Cruise and all that, and he did the remake of The Mummy that was terrible. He did, a lot of these movies that were awful. But okay, Vanilla Sky.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Jack Night and Day. Tom Cruise did all these.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but we still rock with Tom Cruise. Like, you're a movie star. It doesn't mean every single movie is going to be a hit. It just means you have star power. Whose name can you put up there and say, oh, that's a Tom Cruise movie. Oh, that's a Rock movie. Rock's the only dude.
But Cruise got that name by being, correct me if I'm wrong, like an 80s stud. Like the movies that Cruise did to start out with were so iconic that it just carried. He hit
a lot of big ones early. Yeah, I mean, your Top Guns and your Risky Businesses and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, he hit them all. Rain Man, A Few Good Men. I mean, he was boom, 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 knocking him out of the park. But The Rock got a good run too. But who's made more money? The Rock has made more money
than Cruise.
I think so.
That can't be right. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
If you look at the box offices, I'll just tell you. I mean, I don't know that I'm not counting all the residuals and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, in terms of box office, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has 7 movies that have grossed over $200 million.
My God.
7 movies. Tom Cruise has 3. And one of those was Austin Powers and Goldmember, where he was like a cameo. So, yeah, you're talking about the Rock's a stud. Deal with it. Deal with it, CJ. You want to hate on The Rock? You're going to catch some hands.
Oh, no, I'm not catching hands, and I'm not hating on The Rock.
Have you seen The Rock? Yeah.
Yeah, no. Certainly
Rock's in better shape now than he was as a wrestler. Like, Rock is ludicrously ripped. It's absurd.
Apparently, The Rock, $4.8 billion as a lead actor, ranking him number 22.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, The Rock. And they all started right here in Memphis as Flex Cavana in the WMC studios, Channel 5. That was phenomenal. Up next, we're going to spin the wheel conversation. Also, we're going to get into CJ's cell phone policy in a little segment we call CJ's Relationship Corner, and so much more. That's hour number 2 on the way from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a 3-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hey, sports fans, you already know the Butcher Shop has been a great Memphis tradition since 1981, and it still is. The Butcher Shop is absolutely open for your takeout with curbside pickup or Grubhub delivery because the Butcher Shop is still serving your favorite steaks, fish, and seafood. But now you can also pick them up raw and take them home to cook. You get the highest quality from the Butcher Shop and the comfort of home cooking. All wine and beer selections can be sold and picked up curbside as well. Plus, order curbside and pickup and receive 10% off your food order. And how about Burger Fridays? Treat your company to lunch, and the Butcher Shop will deliver Hamburger Friday any day of the week with all the fixins for just a minimum $250 order. The Butcher Shop is here for you, so don't worry about getting a great meal. The Butcher Shop has cooked or uncooked meals for curbside pickup or Grubhub delivery. Call 757-4244 or online at thebutchershop.com. The Butcher Shop at the Agri Center, Walnut Grove, and Germantown Parkway.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Central Barbecue is committed to the health and safety of this community, who has supported Central for almost 20 years. Central Barbecue is still open for business with to-go and delivery options to serve the greater Memphis area with the same great barbecue you have come to know and love. With 4 locations to serve you, from downtown, midtown, and East Memphis, you can order your favorite barbecue and enjoy everything on the menu in the comfort of your own home. Call your nearest Central Barbecue location for more information on delivery and to-go options today.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. Rolling along this hour 2. We want to hear from you guys. Please feel free to text in 67129. 67129 on the First Bank text line. Give us a call as well. 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. A lot to get to. We discussed the proposal by the MLB to resume or start their season on July 4th. We've discussed some about fighting and what to do when somebody roundhouse kicks you to the face. Your appropriate response, for those of you who missed it, grab him or run. Either one is fine. Well, we're going to get to the wheel here momentarily. We are also going to get to my relationship corner, and we got Evan Barnes joining us at 9.
As we mentioned, here in hour number 2 on kind of an overcast, potentially rainy, probably going to rain at some point Tuesday, so just kind of get yourself prepared for that. Let me tell you, it is exciting to me when we get to spin the wheel of conversation. Because you never know. It's a beautiful thing. You really never know exactly what it's going to come up with. You never know exactly what's going to be generated as a result of it. You just don't know. It's beautiful. So, in that sense, I think it's time that we hit the music. CJ, you got the wheel ready?
I do have the wheel. It's over here.
All right, I can't wait.
Everybody here's the wheel. And I'm going to sit it over here so I don't break it. You pay good money for this wheel.
Can you believe it was 1 year ago today that Kawhi Leonard hit that crazy shot?
Oh, the shot with the picture. Oh.
To win Game 7 of that Sixers
no, that seems like so long
Raptors
ago.
Series. I know, 1 year ago. Crazy, right?
One of the great poses in NBA history
One of the great shots
was that Kawhi Leonard in the over by the bench area with Joel Embiid and the other Raptors players around. There was something just majestic, like Renaissance painting-esque about that photo. Okay. Most frustrating type of player to watch. So they're a
Most
very frustrating type of player to watch across sports.
Okay, baseball player. Done.
Well,
just in general.
Let me.
Oh.
What type of baseball player? Is it the I'll use basketball for an example because we were just talking about it. The guy, the high volume shooter, the guy who takes all of the shots, but is not really efficient, and is just ball hogging it. The guy who serial charge taker, Kyle Lowry immediately comes to mind. The guy who's just in there hunting charges, just trying to get kicked in the face so he can fall back and get a charge or flop about to get the charge. In football, the second cornerback, whoever your second cornerback is.
Well, which one? Which one are you? What's your?
That charge dude is up there, especially in the collegiate. As somebody who made a high school basketball career out of taking charges, as that dude, I can understand how frustrating it would be to be that guy. But for me, it is the number 2 receiver. The number 2 receiver who everybody thinks is good enough to be the number 1. Everybody loves that number 2 guy. Everybody loves the backup quarterback is another one for me, but we'll touch on that later. The number 2 receiver everybody thinks is, okay, this dude can be the guy, and no, he can't be. He's number 2 for a reason. If your number 1 isn't any good and you want to elevate the number 2, and the number 2's not good enough to beat out the bad number 1, guess what? That's a number 2 receiver. You can't be putting Peerless Price out here expecting him to be running routes like a 1 receiver. No. Go get a better number 1. Everybody's not meant to be a 1 receiver. Everybody's not meant to be the dude out there. And a lot of times it's frustrating to see the number 2 receiver get elevated to that position of 1 and just flop about and flounder about. So that for me is it.
I don't. In terms of the type of player, okay. So there. I guess there's. I gotta think about across, like, different sports. But the number 1, generally speaking, the volume shooter, I do not care for. So that would be, and particularly the volume shooter who gets his own shot, quote unquote, and just pounds the ball into the ground. 15 dribbles, and then it ends up in like a fade.
James Harden-ish.
Well, but James Harden is at least, there's some effectiveness to what he does, and the guy's got an MVP and all that stuff. So I mean, I'm willing to give him a little. I don't love that style, but I'm specifically to him, like, okay, I'll cut him some slack. But there are a lot of, like, James Harden wannabe, like Dylan Brooks is a good example.
Didn't know we were getting here.
Dylan's game is just, he is an effective player. He is a good player. He's worth his extension. I'm not knocking Dylan. I'm not knocking his hustle. He's a good guy. I love his sometimes misguided confidence. Wearing sunglasses, in the locker room, and talking about how it's it's nice when Ja and Jaren get going to really set my game up. That kind of stuff. Like, I think that's there's a certain delusion that's useful for a player. You got to be somewhat delusional as a player, and he definitely has that. But I don't like watching him play, generally speaking. There's just a tremendous amount of just, I'm going to take you on, and I'm going to try to get that shot, and I've watched Jordan do this, so let me try this. And it's just not good basketball to me. And it annoys me to watch players like that. There's a lot of players out there who have a big reputation who watched AI do some cool stuff and forgot that AI shot like 41% in a lot of these seasons. And it's not great. It's not great, man. And you see a lot of bricks out there and a lot of dudes that are, oh man, let me go. That's one player that I don't care for.
Zach, you got one? You still thinking over there? I know it takes you a minute.
I got 2.
Okay.
I don't like fake tough guy.
Okay, that's a
fake
good
tough guy.
That's a good player to be frustrated.
Like, fake tough guy get like that gets under my skin because it's like everybody and their mama know that that's not your character.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your character. So we know that you live in the suburbs with a picket fence, got a nice dog. You can't be fake tough guy. I'm just saying.
I mean, you could be a fake tough guy and be from the streets too, or whatever. I mean, like I don't know what you're.
Zach is hating on his verbs, man.
This
God.
sounds like Zach. That sounds like one of the greatest interviews I've heard. I mean, truly fantastic. I don't know if did I ever tell you about it when Jay Crowder was talking about Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
Zach knows what I'm talking about. This was back in like January, maybe.
Oh,
and
you told me.
And he's like, man, Jaren's it's amazing, man. He's overcome having two parents that were there and having, a lot of money. And he's in spite of that, he's a great player. You're like, well, what? What? That phrasing is fantastic. You reminded me of that. Like, I know you're from a nice house and all that stuff. Yeah. At least, but Jaren doesn't try to be a fake tough guy. That's Jaren's just kind of his goofball self.
No, not Jaren.
What's the other one, Zach? I got one more.
The other one is
at least one more.
The other one is first team All YMCA Defensive Player of the Year.
What do you mean?
The guy at the Y who wants to play Hall of Fame defense like it's 2K.
Oh. That was me also.
Like,
I pick up full court. I used to pick up full court. They be so mad.
Come on.
Like that.
I Patrick Beverly them dude.
like I had to quit playing basketball because I was getting angry because it's like, dude, we're not in the pros. Like, ease up. Like,
This
I get
it. I hate the and then the very specific archetype of that is a little subgenre of the rebounder guy who just wants every rebound. Is going to just run in there and grab every rebound. And man, I'm not trying to work that hard. This is pickup.
It's my paint, coach.
I'm not. Give me that ball. I mean, really? Are we?
I was all of them dudes.
Oh, God, like this is.
You got to get out there and get better. And middle
No,
school, high school.
I just want to play. I just
got to
like
get out
playing.
there.
It's
I'm out there
okay.
trying to get better.
Listen,
at 32, whatever. Whoever gets the
That's
rebound
what I'm
gets the
saying.
rebound. Like,
That's
go
what I'm saying.
knock
Now
yourself out.
you're gonna get that guy when you go when and if we ever get a chance to play pick up basketball again. Then you're gonna get that situation where that guy's gonna come and you're gonna be like, oh man, I don't feel like doing this. Like this is not what I wanted. This is why you end up playing horse. I just want to play horse. I'm fine. I want to do something competitive, but I don't really feel like grabbing all these rebounds and running around all day long. Ugh, God, I'm with you 100% on that. Ugh.
I'm all for competition. Like, I'm not afraid of competition. I just believe that we're not getting paid to play basketball. We're here to have fun and also compete a little bit to make each other better when we do go up against like little tournaments that we decided to play up against. But don't sit here and try to lock me down on the wing and I don't got the ball in my hand.
Well,
and
somebody, can you imagine we're talking about pickup games. Somebody put the video up. I wish I could find if I could find it I would retweet it or something, but somebody put a video up of a news story that they did in January of 94. Where Michael Jordan was going to play. He played a regular pickup game at just like a gym in Chicago, like with just regular dudes. Like anybody that wanted to join the game could join. And they interviewed like some of the guys in the game, and these are just like random guys. And they're like, "Does Jordan still have it?" And the one guy's like, "Oh my God, like he's playing,
it's not fair."
He's playing at 30% and he's killing us. Like he turned it on at any point in time and it's over. And then they interviewed this other dude, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I could get Jordan. Now, when he does this thing with the palm, you can't be fooled by that, but you got to turn him into a shooter. And if you just get into him and make him shoot, then this guy's, and it's like some random dude who was at the gym for that's another guy I don't like at the gym is that guy who thinks he's really good at basketball and doesn't realize that he's a pickup player.
What do you have to do to check him? See, Michael's weakness is a shot.
Oh, yeah.
You just keep him around the perimeter, and when he does this move right here, palms the ball, brings it around, just don't fall for that. Just wait for him to shoot, run up there, get the rebound, throw up some kind of lucky shot, and you win.
Oh, okay. It's that simple.
Is that simple? That's all you got to do.
Okay. Good. Zach brought
the
up.
guy's dead serious, by the way. That guy's dead serious.
Zach brought up the fake tough guy. Tough guy is interesting to me. Like there was a clip that I stumbled across. Zach is trying to get it pulled up for me. But somebody sent out a clip of one of the Bennett brothers. Everything in me wants to say. Which one was the tight end? Was it Martellus?
Yeah, Martellus.
Martellus, excuse me. It's talking about a fight that popped off when he was with the Bears. And, like, the Bennett boys, if y'all don't know, they bout that action. And I think the leader was, who was the Bears receiver? Why can't I? Brandon somebody. I can't.
Alshon Jeffrey?
Brandon Marshall?
No, Brandon Marshall is the guy on that team because Brandon Marshall was hot. And Brandon Marshall says something along the lines of, hey, we need him. I'm a 6-time Pro Bowler. You need to listen to me. And tough guy, I don't care what you got. I don't care. Hey, Pro Bowlers get knocked out all the time, too. And that is what he said to Brandon Marshall in the middle of practice. You got that clip, Zach?
Taken down by rookie Kyle Fuller. Bennett jumps up and then body slams Fuller.
I like that.
Cal grabbed me by my face mask and he tried to hurt my neck or whatever. So I got up, I calmly walked to him, I picked him up by his neck and I slammed him and I told him I could be punching you right now, but I don't want to. And then I let him go. And that was the end. And then Brandon Marshall was talking to me and he was like, we need him. I was like, you need me too. He could have broke my neck. And then Brandon was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Brandon, do you want to talk or you want to fight? And then he was like, I'm a 6-time Pro Bowler. Then I said, Brandon, 6-time Pro Bowlers could get knocked out too.
And his brothers in the background mimicking dropping a mic. Like they real. Like that is another guy. The with the exception of Dennis Rodman, the worm guy. The guy who just does things to get under your skin unnecessarily and make you unleash a side of yourself you don't want to unleash. Cortland Finnegan. Like, Cortland Finnegan is annoying as hell to me.
I love him.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Andre Johnson, one of the nicer people in the NFL at the time, let loose on Cortland. He had it with Cortland Finnegan. Because that player is just annoying. Yes, the instigators are so bothersome to me. With the exception of Dennis Rodman. I don't know why I liked Dennis Rodman as a kid. Dennis Rodman was fine.
I'll tell you the other annoying type of player is the fake nice guy.
Ooh.
Or mama's boy, fake nice guy. I would call this sort of the Chris Paul type situation where he's got like a fairly good image probably in the general public, I would say. He's got some commercials and that kind of thing. He's the head of the Player Association, all that. But the dude has a noted long history of dirty play, going all the way back to college when he punched Julius Hodge in the nuts during the ACC tournament.
Oh, I wonder what
when they were playing NC State, and just go Google it, just wham right in the nuts. I mean, and then going all the way through to when he cheap shotted the Grizzlies numerous times during the Grizzlies Clippers. Stuff that was going on. He elbowed Mike Conley in the ribs late in one game to basically just try to injure him. Conley already had an injury going, and he just gave him a little shot. Constantly pulling, complaining about everything. John Stockton, another example of this type of player, where everything seems okay on the surface, but when you play him, constantly just pulling and yanking and little cheap shots and little, nothing to probably get him kicked out of the game, but enough to just constantly annoy you. And nothing is clean. He's always grabbing your jersey. He's always tripping you slightly. And then he's like, "Well, I didn't do anything." That player, no, can't have that.
The protector of the game, the self-proclaimed guardian of the unwritten rules of the game. Across sports, but specifically baseball, that guy gets annoying also.
Bruh.
You did what? You didn't jog around the bases fast enough? Oh, we got to hit everybody on your team. Because then that leads to the other guy that people don't like, the fake tough guy. The guy who's going to trot out of the dugout, push a couple of people, and then fall back into the crowd. Like, get us all worked up thinking there's going to be a fight, and it's just not one.
I'm a bat flip all of his pitches, man, when I'm up like
He's showboating. No, we got to protect the game.
Unwritten rules. Get out of here.
No, that guy's real annoying.
No, any of those, and basically that's most baseball players.
Is it most? It's not most.
That's it.
Yeah, it's most.
It's not most.
It's most.
Yeah,
I don't think it's most anymore.
Baseball players are the most easily aggrieved people on earth. There are any slight, they will look at anything and will get irritated by it. You went out of the batter's box too soon. You didn't go out of the batter's box soon enough. You flipped your bat. You didn't drop your bat. You threw at a guy. You threw over around a guy. You threw near a guy. You looked at him too long. You didn't look at him enough. Everything. It's like Michael Jordan. You got a bunch of Michael Jordans out there. No matter what happens, they're going to take it as an insult, you didn't do things the right way. You slid with your toes sort of slightly up, and therefore you can't do that. You ran out the fly ball the wrong way. It's just too much. Like, it's just too much.
Last one for me, and I'm out on this. My top three would be charge guy, number 2 wide receiver, and the number 2 cornerback. Everybody, or whoever the worst defensive back is that's on the field. That player is so frustrating because that team, especially when the team is any good and they can identify who the number 2 is and they can pick on that guy, oh my gosh. For somebody who is a fan of, like, Michigan, I can't imagine, Peter, what it would be like for you watching, like, Josh Norman get gobbled up Sunday after Sunday. That is so frustrating to watch him get beat all the time.
And Fred Smoot was the one that always would kill me, because Fred Smoot would talk nonstop and would just get roasted on a regular basis and would just be talking the whole time. You aren't good, dude. You're not handling this. This isn't you. And just yap, boom, getting yap.
No.
Can't have that. Charge guy is terrible. And the charge in general, I've talked about this before. I am an advocate for a number of change. There's a few changes I would make in that. I'll tell you what. Up next, we'll talk about a couple of those changes. Also, CJ's relationship corner. That's all still to come here. Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between, in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Geico gets you access to licensed agents 24/7, which means that Geico is always there for you. If only everyone was always there for you, like your wife when you forget your keys at work.
Hey, hon, you get my texts? I am looking for the spare house key. Maybe I can get through the window. Turns out the alarm works. Wow, it works fast. You should probably call me back.
Geico, always there for you, with savings and 24/7 access to licensed agents.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Start your day at Sunrise Memphis. Located in Midtown, enjoy delicious biscuit sandwiches and all their menu has to offer with quick and easy to-go and delivery options. Whether it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch, don't distance yourself from great food. For more information on Sunrise Memphis, visit sunrise901.com or call 901-552-3144 to place your order. Stay healthy and eat Sunrise Memphis today.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous.
Where'd you get that?
All the years have gone by.
That's my go-to mug. It's my favorite mug.
Peter just flexed on us. He pulled out a DuckTales mug with Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Uncle Scrooge.
This is
and the big bag of money.
I think of Deacon Stacks right here. This big pile of money right there.
A Deacon-sized bag of money, if you will.
This is if I'm ever like at the house. This is like probably 80% of my coffee drinking is done out of this mug.
Okay.
Because it's not only is it DuckTales, but it's also big.
Yes.
It's a sizable mug. You can see it's bigger than your normal mug. So we catch a little more of that coffee in there. And that's what it's all about right there. Encourage you to go and get that. It's worth getting out. Now, we're back. It is Sports 56 Mornings. I am Peter. He is CJ. We're in the Family Leisure Studios. Writ large. That means we're all over the world, baby. We're all over. And you're probably spend a lot more time in your house. You're probably spend a lot more time with your family. You're probably out there thinking to yourself, man, I'm stressed. My family's stressed, man. What are we going to do with this? We're way more here. We don't have public pools. Are they open? No. Are they going to be open? Who knows? Why not get yourself a pool now from Family Leisure? Why not do that? This is the time to do it. And they got tons and tons for you to choose. They do installation can be taken care of, all that stuff, so you don't even have to mess with it. You could do all kinds of contact free. It is social distancing approved, and it's fabulous because you get that thing put in your backyard, and now the kids and you have every kind of opportunity to hang out and have fun and do your thing the way you used to, and maybe get to blow off a little of that steam from everybody just being around each other all the time. Get yourself a play gym for the kids. That's a great idea for them to be able to have some fun because, playgrounds, you can't go to the playgrounds at this point, and who knows when that's going to be back open again, so get one of those play gyms. It is the time at Family Leisure. You really can get some great deals and help your family out tremendously in the midst of all of this. Go check out Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, and, of course, you can find them online as well, so check them out, Family Leisure. Going into the break, CJ, I mentioned some of the things I would change or some of the opportunities I would have to kind of, if I ruled the world on this thing. And one of them I've talked about is I would there's some little devil in the details stuff, but essentially I would outlaw the charge. And because charge guy is annoying, as you talked about, charge guy in general. Whether in pickup, particularly in pickup.
Who's taking charges in pickup?
I mean, no one could ever do that. But some people do. There's the old college player who, that's their instinct. They jump in front of you and all that. No, we can't be doing that. But in a regular, what were you saying, Zach?
Yeah, I just thought about another guy. The guy that calls fouls a lot, all the time.
That guy gets stopped pretty quick. In a lot of pickup games, that guy gets made sure that he doesn't do that anymore. But so in these games, in the college games, you see the guy jump in front, take the charge. And the guy, that's not defense really. Being in a spot is not really defending. like you're standing there, and I mean, no one can just plow into you. I get that. But moving yourself into a spot, like if you're just standing there and somebody just runs into you, then okay, fine, that's a charge or whatever. But for you to sort of slide your body in as a guy is in the air, and because he can't control his landing because you've sort of slid into that space, that's a charge on you? No, we can't be having that. Or if you're just standing under the basket and you're just not moving, and the guy just is – you're not even trying to defend at all. No, we can't be having that. It's a dangerous play. So to me, I'm outlawing the charge. I don't want that to be part of the game. There's circumstances where you could take some elements of the rule and still keep it in place, but by and large, I don't think it promotes good defense or good basketball.
It is frustrating because, like you said, it's not promoting good basketball. Like, if basketball is a game of movement, everybody should be able to move about without you physically just hurling yourself into a spot, praying that somebody hits you and the ref on a bang bang play decides to award you the basketball. And it changes the nature of the sport in a way when you have to be aware of charge guy on the court.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when charge guy gets dunked on, I celebrate. Like, it's fun when charge guy gets dunked on. Like, see, you're trying to game the system. That is what it feels like. That is what charge guy feels like, somebody who is trying to game the system in a way to get an unfair and an unnatural type of advantage in a situation. And so when they get punished for it, I'm all the way here for charge guy getting dunked on.
Well, it's and there are ways to on the streets to deal with some of that. Getting dunked on, getting pushed around, but in the game, you've seen too many players. Here's another little modification I would make in college basketball. One thing that if you want to increase the quality of the game, to me, you have to increase the quality of the players that are out there. Some of the things that annoy me and why some of these guys are increasingly choosing the G League, in addition to the money stuff, which is obviously paramount, but on a much smaller scale. You have this kid, Kai Soto, the 7'2" center from the Philippines. He's skipping college. He's going to be the first international prospect. That's now 4 big-time prospects and a number of other prospects that have gone into the G League pro process thingamajiggy that they've got going. But one of the problems is 5 fouls. I just don't think that's too often, because you say to yourself, well, technically it's 1 foul every 8 minutes. So there's 6 in the NBA because there's 8 more minutes, and there's a 40-minute game in college, so 5 fouls. Technically, that's true. But the nature of college basketball and the nature of college coaching in particular is that if a guy gets 2 fouls in the first half, he's done for the half. If a guy gets 3 fouls early in the second half, he's done till the 8-minute mark, 4-minute mark. You're seeing so many players have big chunks of minutes taken away from them because they get into early foul trouble.
James Wiseman, Oregon.
Oh, absolutely. And especially because the refereeing is so uneven. I'll be kind to say uneven in men's college basketball that it's I hate that rule. So 6 fouls would be fine, but here's a radical idea, CJ. Why do guys foul out at all?
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. That's where I was going to go also.
I mean, because you can make it increasingly punitive, where if someone continues to foul, you can start giving, technical fouls. You can make it so that the coach would take the player out. Mm-hmm. You can make it sort of a foul out just in general. But why do we even have a foul out? There's most sports want to see the best players play as much as possible. You don't want them to be limited. And in basketball, it seems like the best players are often limited.
Yeah, a shot in the ball. So once you get 5 fouls in college, 6 fouls in the NBA, if you're still on the court and you commit another foul, the other team gets a free throw in the ball. And if you get up to
no, that's 2. Then it's 2 free throws in the ball.
If you get up to 7, 8, you get up 2 free throws, 3 free throws in the ball.
You can make it so that the coach will take the player out eventually, but in the meantime, you can still. It adds an extra layer of risk to the game. It adds an extra layer of strategy to the game. You want to see players play. And there's nothing that's – I mean, the few things in sports are more frustrating than when you're excited about a matchup and the guy gets 2 fouls early. I mean, Jaren Jackson, just 2 fouls within 3 minutes. It's like, well, there he goes. Now he's sitting down. Like, it's – we can do better. Obviously those players need to stop fouling, but sometimes it's not exactly their fault.
There's a way to get them to stop fouling and to get that punitive element for constantly fouling without removing the product off the field, without removing the guy we all came to see off of the court. Texter has texted in, First Bank text line, UCAN 267-129. Is it still a thing to call false call when a foul is, when it's a BS foul call?
Yes.
Yes. But here's the deal with
you make
that.
them shoot them. Shoot it.
Here's the deal. I'm out there playing pickup to just play pickup. Just let's run around. Let's play a little bit. Win, lose. I got next. Somebody got next. We're going to play another game. A lot of times dudes are out here making false calls just so they can catch their wind. People are arguing about foul calls because they're out of shape and they're tired. And so they don't want to keep going. They need a moment to stop and breathe. I play basketball at the precinct often enough. And I know what these dudes are doing. I see what they're doing over there on the sidelines while they're waiting. It's not a whole lot of activity going on the sidelines while they're waiting to lead me to believe that they're in any type of basketball playing shape. So that when they get in the game, they have to put out their cigarette, put down their beer that they've been drinking on, and they got to run around out there. And I know they're not in enough shape to just play a game straight through without arguing unnecessarily. So a lot of that is not only BS foul call guy, but it is like he's out of shape. That's why he's doing it. So it's just out of shape guy in general. Another texter has weighed in on the First Bank text line.
I feel convicted on that one, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a charge guy, set a pick guy, only shoot guy. Shake my head. Pick guy, that's me also. Like I'm all of these dudes. That's all I do is run around, set screens, and roll.
I'm out of shape guy and only shoot guy for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, they'd hate us then.
Well, I think I fit the other criteria of big guy who only shoots.
Okay.
So then, it's especially frustrating because you would want me to go inside and rebound, but that's not where I'm going to be on the court. I'm spotted up. I'm a catch and shoot.
I'm the opposite of you. I'm the big guy who you think should be able to bang, and I can't. I'm like tall guy, like large guy, big man. Get down there. You don't want it.
No.
Big man dribble. You don't want that to happen either, man. Like, I'm just out there running around setting screens. I'm screen guy. Don't throw me the ball. Just let me set the screen and roll. And
you could screen. You could hold the ball and do like a handoff. You could do like a handoff, right? You could sort of,
Peter? No.
You could sort of take it and pivot. You could pivot and then hand the ball off, right?
Quick guys out there knocking the ball out of my hands, Peter. I don't got great hands.
Get it up. Get it up here. What are you
doing? Get it up here? I'm not strong up here, Peter. You got to snap it down the triple threat, man. Got to jab step and stuff.
No. I'm saying you're setting your screen, but you're getting the ball, and then you're just holding it up here, and then waiting for your teammate to come in, and you're just going to hand them the ball. That's it. That's all you're going to do.
No, not good enough to do that.
We're not doing that.
Not good enough to do any of that.
We're not doing anything
But
else.
I'm definitely set a pick guy. I will definitely pick you to death.
Well, that I mean, to me, I'm okay with that. You need that, and you need that in basketball. To me, pickup basketball is. I like it when there's a little bit of flow, a little bit of actual offense that's being run. I don't mind screen set because you can go under. You can do all kinds of different things. You can go under pretty much every time because no one can shoot.
Especially when the wind is blowing.
Yeah, the guy that can actually like off the dribble just pull up and that's so you can go under the screen. It's not a big deal. There's no need to switch or do any weird defensive concepts or any of that stuff. That brings me to another thing that I would change though, just and this is one that would take a while to incorporate, but I think it's real. I think particularly in basketball, we have emphasized certain things that are not always conducive to winning. Obviously, you're going to keep score of who's scoring the points and all that. You're going to keep track of that. Rebounding is useful. Who got the rebound is useful to some extent. Who got the assist is useful to some extent. But to me, those numbers don't really factor in, particularly at the highest levels, exactly what it matters, what really matters. To me, I'm in favor of changing the box score so that players, particularly in higher levels, because you're not going to be able to do this in pickup games. Everyone just kind of keeps their own stats and whatever. But
wait, who's keeping stats of a pickup game?
I always keep all my stats in pickup.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly how many rebounds I got.
Go ahead.
I know exactly how many assists I got. I know exactly how many points I got.
Out there. That's all I'm trying to do.
That's all up here. I got it all right here. I know my shooting percentage. I know the whole thing. I got it all. And I probably know yours too. I'm keeping track of all that stuff. But anyway, I want to see the box score change, particularly at the highest levels in the NBA, high-level college basketball, because I want to see rebounding percentage, not necessarily who got the rebound, because who got the rebound isn't always indicative of I want to see box outs, successful box outs as part of your stat. I want to see successful screen set as part of your stat. I want to see the secondary assist as part of the stat, the hockey assist.
That hockey assist one is big,
as part of your stat. I want to see should have been assists, which is to say that I made a great pass and you just missed the shot. Well, I still should get credit for my great pass. That my pass was as great as if you'd made the shot. I need to get that. That is a great rundown, because you can look at a point guard and say, my man had 25 should have been assists and only 12 assists because he's playing with a bunch of jokers. I mean, that is a better reflection of what the guy's game is. Oh, this dude he only had 8 rebounds, but he had 17 box outs. Well, okay, I see, but some dude comes in and snatches it up. Russell Westbrook has 11 rebounds in a game. Steven Adams is over here muscling and keeping 3 guys at bay so that Russ can come in and grab that rebound and go. We need better stats. And more importantly, if they're on a box score, CJ, my premise is that players play to the box score. Mm-hmm. So, you are rewarded for box score numbers. You're rewarded. Triple-doubles are great because we know points, rebounds, assists. We know that offhand. But you watch Russell Westbrook play, and you realize that not every triple-double is the same. And not every triple-double is inherently valuable in the same way. But if you could have a triple-double of box outs, would-be assists, and screens, all of a sudden there's different levels of competition. Something as simple as deflections. How many times you get your hand on the ball.
That's another good one.
If those are all charted, which we could do, we have the technology to do that at those levels, not in a pickup game, obviously, but in high-level college and pro games, and players see those on the box score, to me, you don't have these dudes that are out there stat hunting for triple-doubles and going out in that glory, trying to grab those rebounds off free throws and stuff, because you have players just playing a naturally better game because they're going to be rewarded for that.
The hockey assists and the deflections are big ones, though I don't know why those aren't already in the box score in some shape or form. I know that individual teams at all levels, not just the professional level, but that was something we kept track of.
Mm-hmm. Coaches, every team at pretty much every level. Absolutely.
Hockey assist and really gave credit and really emphasized those things. While that's not in the box score yet, I'm not sure. And when evaluating players, this is something that I think it's Amin. I think Amin Hassan talks about this from time to time because he worked in the front office around the time Steph Curry was coming out. And so they had to they called him Lindell's because Lindell was one of the players on Davidson at the time who Curry would hit with beautiful passes and would just jack the shot, ruin the assist. And so they would sit down and discuss Steph Curry in a meeting and say, okay, what were his stats? He had 23 points, he had 7 assists, and there were 13 Lindells. And that was, passes that should have been assists, passes that if you get to a good player is going to be an assist.
Look at John Moran at Murray State last year. I mean, same thing. Right? He threw a bunch of great passes, and these bigs were just missing layups and missing. And you get no credit for that in the box score, but you should. And those. To me, that's a great pass either way. That pass that John Morant had where he went up for a dunk and then spun and threw it behind his head to Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
And Alfonso McKinney blocked that shot, but that shouldn't be taken away from.
I think that was a foul.
No, it was a clean block.
Was it a clean block? Okay.
Yeah, it was a clean block. But it shouldn't have been if it's a foul or if it's a clean block or if it's a miss, it still shouldn't. That pass shouldn't be taken off the record.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands right now with most stats, that pass is off the record. If you watch the game, you'll see it. But like if you went and look at the box score, there's no evidence that happened, and there should be, because that was worthy of charting and guys. So if you change the box score, players all of a sudden now who are hunting for that assist, man, Rajon Rondo.
That was one.
You want to talk about another guy?
That was one. Rajon is pounding the ball, but not to shoot, to get the assist.
Oh, he's only going to pass it to you if you're going to be able to make the shot. Like if you're going to have and so he gets the ball stolen, he gets passes deflected because his team start hunting for that stuff. You're not playing a natural game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you change the box score, to me, you're encouraging a more natural game. And the stuff that you would do just to be a good teammate, if that stuff starts to get rewarded and noticed and say, oh, man, look at this guy. Look at how many deflections he had. Look at how many Lindells he had. Look at how, oh, man, that stuff matters. Like that really so I think we could do that. I feel like that's something we could do. And maybe this time away from sports we could encourage and improve the box score to that degree. CJ's Relationship Corner up next.
Yeah.
Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Check out Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
This is a last chance alert. It's happening. Publishers Clearinghouse is ready to award $5,000 a week for life in just days. Enter now at PCH.com and you could win $5,000 a week after week, for life. Don't miss this last chance to win $5,000 a week for life on June 30th. Enter at PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 6/25. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
Hi, it's the Herd. 66% of dudes start to lose their hair by the age of 35. Start noticing thinning hair? Probably too late. Lucky for you, it's 2020. Medicine and science can help you do something about it. Hims basically helps guys be the best version of themselves. FDA-approved products. The best part, you don't have to meet with a doctor in person. Couple of questions online, 4 or 5. A licensed physician reviews it and determines if a prescription's right for you. I recommend it. Check them out before it's too late. My listeners can get started. First month free. How's that? Go to 4hims.com/Colin. Prescriptions do require an online consultation. Doesn't take very long. A physician's there, man or woman, determines if this prescription is appropriate for you. Most will be. Offer valid only if prescribed. 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restrictions do apply. Check out the website. It's got all the details and all the safety information. Check it out, guys. FDA-approved products. 4hims.com/COLIN.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Sometimes wonder why all the flowers had to die. I dream about you and I. Some
Davis. He's from Meridian, Mississippi. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Now listen right here. This is when he gets down. It's gonna be a cool night. Just let me hold you by the fire. This is a mood right here. Like you can put this thing on, and it's. I love that. I love that line. It's a cool night. Let me hold you by the firelight. If it don't feel right, you can go. Like I mean,
that's
like that's kind of
stuff right there.
I mean, he's just like, look, I'm gonna hold you by the firelight. You don't like it, just get out of here. That's fine. I don't care.
That's
how That's how it is.
That sounds like my type of night.
Look, I got this fire. I'm gonna hold you here. You don't like it? You can scram. Get out of here. I don't care. I mean,
that's some player stuff right there.
Yeah. Just I don't know what. I got the setup here. That's on you. You don't like it, then I don't need you. That's Paul. That's Paul Davis right there. He's bringing the thunder. All right, CJ's relationship corner.
Okay.
We need some.
Zach, you give me some sultry
music
for my relationship corner because I'm a sultry dude.
I want you to tell me how you. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Tell me.
Pull it down.
I don't know how you got on this yesterday, but let me know.
I don't remember how it happened either. Oh, I was on my safe space. I was on my Twitter. Oh, this is perfect. Good job, Zach. And I think the Pew Research Institute, is that what we call them? What do they call?
Sure.
Whoever they are. They sent out a tweet about a study that they did about people. Yeah, Pew Research Internet. They sent out a tweet that said, quote, women are more likely than men to think it is at least sometimes acceptable for someone to look through their partner's cell phone without their knowledge. That was the study that they did. And so I just simply, real calmly, said, hey, you know what? I agree with this statement. There, I said it. It's cool. Then Peter decided to come at your boy. Come and try and get your boy. I don't understand, Peter.
So what is it not okay? What is your situation?
My situation is my wife and I don't have two separate cell phones. We have two cell phones as a couple. We don't lock phones. If I need to go through the phone, I need to go through the phone. Run me your phone. Let me see it. Run me our phone, excuse me. Let me see it. And she can do the same thing. There's no reason to lock the phones. Don't lock them. That is my advice for you in CJ's relationship corner.
This just baffles me. Like, of course you lock your phone because, number one, when you're out in public, if you happen to drop your phone somewhere, you don't want some random person to start going through your stuff. Number one. So right out of the gate, you need a lock on your phone. Number two is your phone is your phone. It's not our phone. It's your phone. My phone, your phone. We're in a relationship, but you have your space. I got my space. And that's fine. We can share the space, but we also need to have individual boundaries. You got to have a little area where it's just me. And you got to have an area where it's just you. And if circumstances require to go through the phone or something, then I guess you've got to do that. But like, I don't really understand, other than somebody dying, I don't really understand what the circumstance is. If you're in a relationship of trust, where your partner, you look, I trust that you're not going to be fooling around on me, and I trust, and you trust that I'm not going to be fooling around on you. What do we need to worry about our phones? You can lock it because you need security. And if somebody gets a text, I'll just if my wife gets a text, if I hear her phone go off, and she gets a text, I'll hand her the phone and be like, here's your phone. I'm not looking at the phone, or I'm not trying to unlock it or anything. I don't care. That's what is any of my business who that text is from? Because I trust her. I know what's going on. I'm not worried about that. If you start worrying about that stuff and snooping, then you don't have trust in your relationship, my man. The trust has got to be that's the glue.
You can trust me not to go through your phone also. And I do the same thing. Her phone is unlocked. If I hear the phone buzzing, it's like, hey, you got a phone call or a text message. Mm-hmm. She'll say, don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Right? Or she'll say, hey, look at that for me. And I'll look at it. And it's fine. Mm-hmm. It's fine either way. You can just pick it up and hand it to her, or you can just look at it. But the trust is there also that I'm not just going through the phone all willy-nilly.
Have you ever gone through her phone willy-nilly?
No. There's no reason to go through the phone willy-nilly. And she trusts me not to go through her phone all willy-nilly.
Has she gone through your phone willy-nilly?
That I can't answer.
Exactly. You don't know.
That I can't answer. But if she goes through the phone, there are threads that I let her know. Like, hey, it goes down in this one. When my boy Rod and I are texting, you're going to see some things that'll make you think lesser of me as a person. Just so you know. Feel free to go through it. Feel free. I'm not ashamed of nothing in this phone. Feel free to go through it. Just know, if you get in one of these threads, you catch me on the right day.
But if I pick up your phone, is it unlocked?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
So I can just go through your phone?
If you pick it up, sure.
Why do you want any old random person?
I don't want any old random person.
Well, then you got to put a lock on it.
I don't have to put a lock on it. I keep my phone on me. My phone is right here.
No, but I've seen your phone sometimes laying, like sitting there in the studio while you walk out. That's all it takes.
There's nothing on there. Knock yourself out. You
got banking information. You got credit card information, probably.
Now you're talking about something else.
That's on your phone.
Now we have moved off from relationships to personal security.
Well, that's personal security. Is you got to have some kind of a lock on your phone, first and foremost. Some kind of a security situation.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
If I put a lock on my phone, she'll know the code.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. She can know the code, but it requires that extra little step of trying to, or requiring some kind of thing that requires that extra little step. So that way you know that your phone is safe, and you know she's not gonna mess with it. I get what you're saying. There's some trust there, but to me, there's a lot of people who like to go out there and snoop through others' phone. It is never. Let me make this clear. If you're in a committed relationship, or if you're not, if you're just going out on a date with somebody, it's definitely not okay. But if you're in a committed relationship with somebody, it's not okay to just grab the phone and start looking through it, or to check up or see what's going on, or let me see what you've been up to, or whatever. And there's some of you out there, I'm about to convict some of you out there that have activated location on your partner's device and know where your partner is at all times. Some of you done that, and some of you haven't told your partner about that. I know that too.
I know some of you have multiple
and some of you
calendars.
don't need to be doing that.
Some of you have multiple calendar apps in your phone. Some of you have apps that are not what they say they are.
That's exactly right.
As an icon on the phone. So just because the phone is unlocked, just because you figured out the code, doesn't mean that you can get in there and figure out everything. Trust is essential. I trust my wife not to go snooping through my phone unnecessarily like she trusts me, and they stay unlocked. Or we know the codes.
Your phone, I'm just telling you. If you know, I like the idea of knowing the codes. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
At least at that point, because I mean, that's how we do it. We know the codes, but I would never use I'm not going to use the code.
You would give me all that grief on Twitter?
Yep.
No, I can't. Whatever. Evan Barnes is coming up.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I can't imagine Zach. Zach would be his girl would never even have a chance. I mean, there'd be DNA, fingerprint, retinal scans to get in the. Oh no,
there's a three word passcode with it. I mean, there's a guard dog, a metal fence.
You heard of 2-factor authentication. Zach's got like 8-factor authentication. You got to go through all kinds of stuff to get into his business right there. Yes, Evan Barnes up next. Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join Pete Cordelli and me Saturdays 8 to 9 a.m. for Sidelines here on Sports 56 WHBQ, 87.7 FM, and 96.1. We'll cover the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, and your favorite team. Give us a call. That's Sidelines, Saturday mornings 8 to 9 a.m. Sidelines is presented by Duncan Williams Asset Management. So get up and give us a call.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
It's too late. Who's gonna tell you things aren't so great?
You guys like it when if I just hold my hair back fully with the headphones like that?
No, that 8 hit is terrifying. My God.
You actually remind me of someone.
What are you talking about? This right here?
Yeah,
Yeah, back up. It's too shiny, Peter. My
It
God.
is shiny, yeah. I know. I gotta get my.
You remind me of Pugs with the Grizzlies.
Nobody's ever told me that before.
Because it's the slick back. That's what it is. It's the slick back.
Because I don't do
Peter and Pugs. Long lost relatives.
No, what about that right there?
You look like a deranged chemistry teacher at
I guess.
Yeah. They call you prof when you get into the lecture hall. Yeah, no, don't do that either.
Get a little height. Just get a little height going. Let me just adjust. There we go. Like that. And maybe like one of these. And then kind of, there we go. Right that. And then, yeah. Another line. There we go. Perfect. That looks great. That's how we should do it? What do you think? Right there?
That's as good as anything, Peter.
Is it?
I mean.
my
quarantine hair is out of control.
It's out of control. I mean, it's completely out of control. I've tried to tell people that. It's this is my sacrifice. I mean, this is how it works. I'm maintaining quarantine. I'm not comfortable with this whole situation. But that's where It's where it is. Like, what do I? But my hair, it keeps growing. It's thick. It's big. I don't know.
You're gonna have like a legit '60s style fro when this is all done.
I mean, I told you I could go like if I take it like this and kind of if I just sort of start really teasing it out, if I had a pick, and kind of like one of these.
You're gonna Frederick Douglass this thing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
We got that's 3 inches up, 4, in that neighborhood. That's a lot of height.
Oh yeah, that's hard to do. People try and get it that high and just aren't able to. That takes skill.
It's what I mean. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. But see if I could just fold it over, it would cover up that 8 head a little bit.
Why? Don't give yourself bangs, Peter. That's not better. That is not better.
Oh, welcome back. We are doing the thing here. Sports 56 Mornings. Peter and CJ with you, the Deacon of the Dollar, Zach Boyd on the other side of the glass. This hour brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. You can go online and find out so much more because a lot of you guys now, you've seen the need for an automobile that fits your family, and your family's needs are probably a little bit different than they were. And so you want to go and maybe change things out a little bit, upgrade. Now's the time to do it over at Acura of Memphis, and they make the process as easy as they possibly can and respect everything that's going on right now in the world. They take care of it in the right way, so you know that you are taken care of, and you know that customer service is absolutely their number one priority. Right now, your safety is paramount. Check them out, Acura of Memphis, online, acuraofmemphis.com. Excited. We got our buddy Evan on.
Yeah, Evan Barnes is going to join us now. Evan, what up, man?
Fellas, how y'all doing?
Woo!
Long time no hear from. For those of you who don't know, I don't know how you don't know Evan Barnes. Evan Barnes covers, I guess, Grizzlies now still for the Commercial Appeal. And you guys check him out on Twitter at Evan_B. Evan, how's everything going, man?
Everything's going pretty well. Just trying to, getting more used to shelter in place. It's been 2 months, but, here we are just into the new reality. And I'm just trying to stay sane and stay busy like everybody else,
How's your quarantine hair going?
Oh, so I got a little mini afro.
Okay.
It's not big, it's not that flashy, but it's definitely kind of growing a little bit. Funny thing, so I remember I got my hair cut right before the Grizzlies went on that 4-game road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going on 3 months since, or 2.5 months since my last buzz. So it's growing a little bit. I had the beard going, but I shaved it last Monday during my second furlough, because I figured, give me something to look forward to, not looking like Grizzly Adams. So a little clean shaven for now, but the beard will grow back eventually.
Yeah, I had to trim my beard up a little bit too. It was getting a little outrageous, but the hair is woo! The hair is out there. There's no mini fro here. It's full fro for me. It's all the way live. It's unkempt, which is unfortunate. There's no. It's just blown way out. This sucker. Again, you can check out the Periscope if you want. It's something. It's hard. It's so. In fact, it's hard if I lean too close to the camera. It's hard for me to keep my whole head in the shot because the hair is so high. It's hard to frame my head.
Your head is also so large.
Well, that's true too. Most people at this stage where I'm at right now, most people could get pretty much no problem there. But I can't even get that close because as soon as I do that, I lose some of the top hair. So Evan, you're talking about your situation, and as you've talked about it on your Twitter at Evan_B. As a lot of businesses have dealt with, the media business in particular has been hit really hard by all of this, which is it's a tough situation. It was already a tough media in general. It's been tough for local media for a while, but then this is really hit hard. And you mentioned you've had a couple of furlough weeks. A lot of Gannett folks from USA Today to local papers to everywhere else are dealing with that. How has that been for you in knowing that like a lot of folks, everyone's kind of had to deal with modifications and different hours, and a lot of folks have lost their jobs entirely.
Well, it's been an adjustment. I mean, obviously, this is not something that we would like to have. Obviously, the decision was made by Gannett for all of us to take a furlough in April, May, and June. And, obviously we're not, happy with it. But, these are the times that we're living in. And we know that there are people right now who aren't working. There are people right now who, would love to have the chance to be able to work just 1 week, not just be furloughed for a week and get back to it. I mean, it's something that we probably didn't expect when the virus, shut everything down 2 months ago. But as this gets further along, I mean, the economic impact, as much as the psychological and, physical impact, is going to be felt for a long time. And so I think we're all just trying to manage, be a little bit smarter, cook a little bit more, try to, figure out our money. But I mean, I know I'm speaking from a privilege. I mean, I know this for a lot of people, it's a lot harder to try to figure this out. And there's some legit worries that are happening. So I think, we're all just trying to, as much as we're all joking about, how we look, watching more Netflix, getting on puzzles, and if you have kids, doing with your kids, this is a struggle for a lot of people. So I'm fully aware of that, and we're all just trying to, manage. And my philosophy has been just try to take it, week by week, day by day, really, because if you can take it in the short term, it's easier to absorb it for the long term.
So Evan, long term, the main beat is the Tigers football beat along with the Memphis Grizzlies long term. Have you heard anything from either one of those organizations and universities about what their reopening may look like?
We have not. The Grizzlies have been quiet on the front of, reopening their facilities. I reached out to them after I got back from furlough. I reached out to see if there's been any change. We haven't heard anything. As far as Memphis football, it's the same kind of, rhetoric we've been hearing from Laird Beach and Ryan Silverfield just over the last few weeks that, they're hopeful the season's going to happen. We'll see kind of, really what develops. I mean, at this point with football, it really is going to depend on what happens where we are with the virus probably in the next few months. I know that there have been talks about, from other people talking about what a season could look like if they move it to the winter, if they try to push it back here and there. But I think it's really just going to depend really on where we are with the virus, because unlike the NBA, where you have, 12 guys, coaches, staff, and everything else, football, you have way more people you have to try to figure out how to, plan for, because if one person gets it on the football team, you got to shut everything down for at least 2 weeks. So I think they're going to be very cautious and take great care with it. And I'm fortunate that from Ryan Silverfield and Laird Beach, we're hearing that message of caution more than trying to rush this back for the sake of whatever reasons we need. So I think we're just going to wait and see what happens. But, we haven't heard anything different from either one of them.
At what stage, Evan, do you think it would be appropriate for sports leagues or, colleges to take a huge number of tests, the amount of COVID-19 tests that would be required to continue to keep everyone within this bubble tested and to be aware of where things stand? At what stage do you think that would be appropriate for them to do that?
I think if they would probably love to do it now if they could. I think honestly, one of the things that is coming in my head as I've been, watching what people are saying about the Korean Baseball League is, I think if they want to bring this back, they're going to have to find a way to get more testing just to be able to test all those people probably as soon as possible. So probably, if they're talking about getting this thing going in July, they'd have to start testing people, by July at least, just to make sure that guys are, okay. But then, of course, you have to kind of gather them in one place, and guys are now scattered to their homes, and, finals are done, so they're probably either home or they're probably sheltering in place where they are. So it's there's a lot of logistics you have to think about, because if you bring in somebody in from another state, you should immediately be able to test them just to make sure they haven't been exposed to it. So I don't know when, but I know they'd have to get a lot of testing. And again, we don't have the level of testing where you can just sacrifice, 100 or so tests all the time, because you have to keep constantly testing everybody, I think. So I would say probably by July they have to have something in place, because if they don't, then you're looking at spitting in the wind, because you don't have the testing available to ensure that your guys are safe.
Evan Barnes joins us. Follow him on Twitter at Evan_B. Evan is the beat guy for Memphis football and Grizzlies at the Commercial Appeal. one of the things that we've been turning to, well, that some have been turning to get their sports fix is e-gaming and the like. I do believe Grizz Gaming is going to start their new season tomorrow. Tonight. What have you heard from them as far as keeping the participants in Grizz Gaming safe during the pandemic? Are they going to be in the same room? Are they going to be playing from their own homes? And if so, what's the lag like that they're trying to avoid?
Yeah, so we spoke. They had their virtual media day yesterday. We spoke to Lang Winokur, their coach GM, and 3 of the players, and they're all pretty excited. I mean, the 2K League was postponed, obviously, immediately after things happened, but the good thing about playing video games is you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and guys are already used to that anyway. So what they're going to do is they're basically going to play from the comfort of their home. They're going to be on headsets. They're still going to play as they normally would. It's just not in one place. And it's going to be on ESPN too. It's going to be on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube Gaming. So it'll actually be kind of interesting to see how people respond, because if you're looking for something to watch, I mean, curiosity will probably be like, hey, let's just see what this is. Let's see what this looks like. And judging from the guys when they talked about it, they were really excited for the chance just to be able to play for real. They've been scrimmaging. They've been practicing, and for people who may think that, well, it's just video games or whatever, well, think of it like this. I like watching people play video games just out of curiosity, but you may just want to watch and say, okay, you know what? Let's see how this goes. Because esports every year is getting more and more popular with the younger crowd, even an older crowd who may be used to like playing Nintendo or Sega Genesis or arcades. Just out of curiosity, you may be like, hey, let's just see what this is, because I'm curious to kind of get on board with looking at some news. So we'll see what happens, but I'm kind of excited to just take a glance at it. And the players are happy to get back. They're talking. They talked to us about how excited they are to have the chance to be on ESPN2. You can read my story at commercialappeal.com, basically just about who some of the guys are, how thrilled they are, how ready they are, and just kind of take a chance to do something different.
I've talked to Lang and those guys about it, and I just, man, I can't. It's hard. I'm trying with 2K. I really am. But it's hard for me. I can't. The esports. I tried like some of the other ones, like the League of Legends. I tried some of the, like the RPG type deals or the real time fight deals. The StarCraft and all this sort. I don't know, man. I'm glad there's something, and I'm glad that there's an opportunity. I've watched these players play and talk, but the more I see it, you just I don't know, Evan. Like I'm trying. I really am. I'm gonna try with this one too, but maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it's just a expectation thing. But when I watch it, just makes me want regular sports back.
Well, let's be honest. I think everything we're kind of seeing right now is kind of a substitute fix. When people were watching Horse, people got excited at first and they saw it and were like, maybe this isn't what we think. And then there was excitement about, the Korean Baseball League when it first came back. And maybe some people weren't excited as much. I think this has exposed something where you can't just put anything on TV anymore and expect people to watch. Because we've tried that right now, clearly, and not everybody's responding to it the way that you thought. Okay, you're excited about it, maybe not. Now, I do know that everyone's watching The Last Dance, and we're all excited watching that, of course. But, I think it's a reminder that, people still want things that look and feel a certain way on TV. And again, I've tried to watch a little bit of these sports. It's been different, but I've been kind of curious, like, okay, let's see what this is about. And I think some people may be curious, but also I think, hey, it will remind you that, it's something like the real thing. I get that too. We're all trying to make sure we can, we're all trying to do what we can right now with limited resources. It's like watching.
That's true.
It's like watching that Instagram battle the other day with Teddy Riley and Babyface. It was a great idea, and it ended up being fun. But the first time they did it, Teddy Riley had a big grand production, and we saw the mess that was.
My man.
And now, the last few battles have been really simple and everything. So it's like we're all trying to make things entertaining as we can with the resources we have. And I give people credit for trying, because right now, either you be creative or you sit at home twiddling your thumbs, reading books, and
we can't be doing that. That's crazy.
We can't be reading.
No.
That's reading. Who wants
Read
who
a
wants
what?
to read?
Ugh, yuck. No,
I got
thank
books
you.
collecting dust. Why would I want to read those interesting papers?
I know. Oh, boy. What are we talking about here? Jeez. How long has this quarantine been going on? We're talking about reading.
Reading.
Jeez,
Ugh.
please.
You been keeping up with those battles, Evan?
Oh yeah, man. I watched Erica Badu and Jill Scott on Saturday. That was absolutely amazing. That was, peaceful, calm, soulful.
Mm-hmm. That one wasn't even a battle. They were just loving on one another. Like, that's great. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. It was you know what it was, to bring it back to sports? It was like the 92 All-Star game. When Magic comes in, everybody was happy to see him play, and Magic goes out and has a great game. Everyone just, hugs him and loves him afterwards. After I watched that battle with Erica and Jill Scott, I wanted to, either hug somebody or just give somebody a pound or something, because that felt peaceful to the soul.
Yes.
And that's what music is really doing. As I'm watching, I watch Questlove's DJ sets, and Questlove is telling really cool stories as he spins music, or D-Nice singing some really upbeat stuff to dance to. All this music is just reminding me how much I love the power of music to calm our soul and get us going.
Well,
So,
I mean, I'm with you. I love that. But I want, in honor of Soft Rock Tuesday, why are we not have Soft Rock battles?
Let's get Christopher Cross and
why is Christopher Cross and Michael McDonald not
make it
getting
happen.
at it? I mean, come on, man. Why are we out not?
Let's
not
get
out
Peebo
here?
in there.
Air Supply and Toto not going
Yes.
at it. Why are we not checking this? This could be.
Are we really trying to put everyone to sleep right now with a
Put everybody to sleep. You talking about people just melodiously? I mean, what you call sleep, most people just call a blissful trance of musical delight. That's what I call it. I mean, you're in your zone. You're just loving it, like you're talking about with you listen to beautiful music, and oh boy, I mean, just what a battle that would be. Who would win? I mean, I don't know. You go up and down the list, man. It's tough on both sides. Who could win?
I think the Pillow would win.
Oh, you crazy, Evan.
But I say this I do.
You hear Air Supply in Chicago? Air Supply versus Chicago? Like, come on! Oh, and they hit them with the horns, and you wake right back up, and then Air Supply hits you with the even the nights are better. I mean, what's it gonna? Oh, what a matchup!
If you play Chicago Saturday in the park, I might enjoy that.
Exactly, you'd enjoy that.
I mean, and I will say, I like the win by Christopher Cross.
There you go. Look, now you know. See?
I've watched some live performances because I didn't realize he actually played the guitar solo on that song.
Of course he did.
I was like, okay, he's actually more talented than just really cool singer.
And you know who does the background vocal on that? Michael McDonald. Thank you very much.
Michael McDonald, yeah.
Jeez Louise,
and I like Michael McDonald. Michael
course
McDonald's
you
one of the most soulful people, blue-eyed soul brothers out there.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a second, what?
He's sneaky. He's sneaky athletic.
Hey, he's a good leader.
He's crafty.
He's great.
He's one of the craftiest singers out there.
Great locker room presence. You want that guy on your tour bus.
High IQ, high locker room, good intangibles from Michael McDonald.
Hey, I mean, I wanted to say that he's one of the soulful white boys out there. Like,
That's right.
A great soulful voice as a white man.
Exactly. That's right.
I will say.
It's, Bobby Caldwell up here. That's what we got.
Every single time.
Wait. Bobby Caldwell's white?
Oh! Yes! It can be told.
Yes, Evan. Go
You didn't know that?
Out. You really didn't know?
No, I knew.
Oh.
It feels like every 4 or 5 months on Twitter, if somebody finds out, like, wait, Bobby Caldwell's white? And I'm like, wait, you didn't know?
Yep.
But
that's
I mean,
it.
hey.
It's a special time in your life when you realize that Bobby Caldwell is white. That you remember where you were the day you found out that Bobby Caldwell was white.
Yeah.
I think there's a rite of passage everyone takes when you realize, wait, Bobby Caldwell does not look like this, and
no.
Well, now Tina Marie, I feel like we know Tina Marie.
Yeah.
Tina Marie is clearly a white singer, but Tina Marie is one of us. She is pure soul, straightforward. I don't think anyone confuses themselves with that, right?
Right. Oh, Bobby Caldwell, boy. Sneaks up on you. Evan Barnes, thank you so much for joining us. Check him out on Twitter, Evan_B on Twitter.
Listen how sneaky athletic this guy is.
Oh, man, such a good leader. Such a good role model. Evan, you take care, man. We'll talk to you next time, all right?
See you, Evan.
Y'all be cool, Pete. Enjoy that music, man.
Oh, you know it, man. We're about to have some more battles here in the next segment, I can tell you. Very excited about that. When's the 3-6 battle? Have we done that yet?
I just looked that up.
Man, I'm waiting on that one.
Where's it? Are we not going to do this?
I don't know.
I got all excited about it. Are we not going to do this? Ugh.
3-6 and the Wu-Tang Clan?
Wait, Wu-Tang got involved?
No, I'm just saying like that. The possibility.
Well, 3-6 and Bone Thugs, you got to go first.
Let's get 3-6 Bone Thugs first. I mean, let's let the
maybe
the winner can take on Wu-Tang. But
either way,
whoever takes on Wu-Tang is in
that's
for
a hard battle.
That's
a hard. That's tough right there. That's tough. I mean, on an individual front and then on a collective front, ooh, boy. I mean, what? I mean, anyway, soft rock battle. Why don't we have soft rock against, rap? Like Air Supply versus Outkast. Like, who's going to win that battle? I mean, that's a great battle.
I think if you did all of the artists in the genre, that would make it more interesting. So not just select one artist, but just
genre versus genre,
just genre versus genre. Let's see what happens. Let's
expand this out a little bit.
Let's get some New Jack Swing versus funk. Let's do that. Let's do soul versus country. Let's see what we can get going.
Agreed.
Let's get 100%. Rap and soft rock like you said. I want to see what happens.
Blue-eyed soul versus brown-eyed soul. Let's see what happens.
I think that's just called soul, Peter.
Oh, fair enough. Let's do blue-eyed soul against soul and see what happens. But it's it's two sides of the same coin. Come on, it's hard that you can't battle yourself. That's not how this thing works. Evan Barnes, we appreciate Evan joining us. Up next, we'll get to your text at 67129. We'll talk about more sneaky athletes that are out there because they are so sneaky and so athletic, and you got to be careful about that. Plus the latest on some of the things that we were discussing earlier involving the Grizzlies, NBA, and reopening. All that in the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheimer for Sunrise Chevrolet. A lot has happened overnight, and just wanted to let you know we're open at Sunrise for all your automotive needs. Service, body shop, parts, and sales. Go online to sunrisememphis.com to schedule an appointment. Should you need a vehicle, we're offering 0% up to 84 months with deferred payments up to 120 days. You can shop online. We'll bring the car or truck to you. At Sunrise, we know you want to feel safe, so bring your car to any Sunrise location. We'll disinfect it at no charge. Find new roads to Sunrise Chevy in Collierville.
Savings accounts at typical banks often have rates starting with 0, but a Marcus by Goldman Sachs high-yield online savings account really helps your money grow. You could earn much more interest with Marcus than with the largest banks, so go to marcus.com to learn more about their high-yield online savings account. Comparison made to the 3 largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of March 4th, 2020, and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Have you dreamed of owning a car that starts every time when you turn the key? A used car that looks good and doesn't break down when you go somewhere? Call 901-380-5800. Victory Auto Sales now. Do you want a car that doesn't come with a set of jumper cables in the front seat? Do you want a car that gets good gas mileage and really is reliable transportation? Call 901-380-5800. Victory Auto Sales now, or check out the website at victoryauto.org. Call or visit Victory Auto Sales at 4885 Elmore, just off Covington Pike now, for a car you can afford and financing that doesn't take your whole paycheck. When you call Victory Auto Sales at 380-5800, You can throw away the jumper cables. When you buy a car from Victory Auto Sales, the tow truck driver will no longer be your best friend. Call Victory Auto Sales now, 901-380-5800, for a car that really is reliable transportation. Call 901-380-5800 now. That's Victory Auto Sales. VictoryAuto.org.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hertz. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
For the longest, if you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write. What else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't happened for the longest time.
See, that battle would be intense.
Let's do New Jack Swing and soft rock. Let's get a little bit of this up against Teddy's jam.
You got to mix. You got to mix and match the genres. I would encourage anyone who is out there to check out. There's a Ride Like the Wind remix. There's an artist by the name of his name is Joey Negro. That's his name, and he's very good at his remixing. It's like a disco remix, and he does a Ride Like the Wind remix that is on point. So if you want like a little extra something with it, you could take the bass of the song, which is a great song, and then you can just elevate it. Check it out.
Yeah, let's get
YouTube,
disco and country
all that
going
stuff.
after one another. Let's make it wiggle. Let's make it happen.
Oh, you can make it. You can make it wiggle.
Let's get a little blues going up against.
Zach, can you get that? Can you get that? Get that going?
Might be out of my pay grade.
What, the remix? It's on YouTube.
He hadn't been listening to us, Peter. He's doing other things over there.
I thought you was talking about putting getting artists together for the verses. I was like, that's above my pay grade. I give it a shot, but what you were saying again?
I mean, what am I?
Gather yourself, Peter, because
what am I supposed to do? CJ?
I know. I'll read this text. Give you a moment to gather yourself.
We'll just forget about it. Just people out there. Just you heard me.
Texter has texted in on the First Bank text line 67129. You can too. Would love to see some more cross-genre collaborations that would never otherwise happen. Thinking of Linkin Park and Jay-Z back in the day. Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
Agreed. Now, okay, so Zach, here's what there's the look on YouTube. There's there's sort of a disco-ish, I'd say, kind of got a little bit of a funk element, but mostly disco element to Joey Negro, Ride Like the Wind. That's look for that, and he does a good job. He's very good. Anyway, 67129 on the text line. I agree. Mixing and matching is fun. That's you can add every musical style. Look at look what Lil Nas X. I mean, come on, man.
Walk This Way, Run DMC.
I mean, yeah. So
and Aerosmith.
You can if you do it right, you can take it to the next level. I mean, Michael Jackson was all over the place. He was collabing on the pop side, on the rap side, on the R&B side, on the he was all over the place, man. He had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And he was one of the biggest icons in the history of music. So that's the lesson we learn, man. Is don't be afraid to expand,
mix and match,
explore the space.
Yeah, mix and match the genres, man.
As they said. See, listen to this little thing. Now, it takes a little while. You might want to fast forward a little bit because it takes a little while to bring the Ride Like the Wind part in. But listen. See how that kind of, you got the elements going, you got a little Ride Like the Wind's going to pop in here a little bit. So if you listen to this and you're not moving, I don't know what's wrong with you. See, there's a little bit, you hear that?
That's some good stuff right there.
Uh-huh.
That's some real good stuff.
Mm-hmm. People are getting into it.
Make some stuff wiggle.
Zach's not getting into it at all, though.
Yeah, I'm bobbing my head.
That's Zach's move.
That's
when
true.
We went,
that's
to,
all.
we went to the kickback. That's all Zach was doing. Zach was one leg posted up on the wall, real cool, dressed in all black again, just nodding his head to the beat. That's all Zach was doing. That's Zach's move. He's the cool guy in the club.
Okay. Well, if you heard this,
More,
you
more like relaxed.
Okay. That's you are that. You are definitely that. There's no doubt about that.
Texter texted in on the First Bank text line. Thank goodness we didn't lose CJ singing because of the quarantine. Bullet dodged. You're welcome, Texter. I'm doing my part best way I can.
I wish we had.
Hey, you stop it.
See, like now they bring the lyrics. See.
Get it.
See, we're gonna bring this thing in. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah. See, put a little extra beat behind it. So it's great stuff. We talked about the Philippines born center Kai Soto, who has decided to skip college. He's the first international draft prospect to sign a deal with the G League's pro program. That continues to be. And did you see the little cute little tweet that the G League put out there, where they had a highlight of somebody making a half court shot and hitting it in off the backboard, and they posted we call bank, and had like $1 bag of money.
Oh,
just kind of threw that out there as this guy. Then they didn't reference anything else, and then this guy signed. So G League's out here just kind of
out here rubbing it in on folks, stunting on.
I
like that.
A little bit. Okay.
I'm here for that. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I didn't expect that.
Subtweeting people. Yeah,
but I enjoyed that. I thought that was nice. So he joins the other three prospects, the most notable, which is Jalen Green. But at this point now, CJ, we talked about the recruiting classes and how good they would be. This one would be the best in the country, and I would have to think as this continues. I don't know exactly how the COVID-19 is going to fully affect college sports, but I have to think that the stability of being able to get into a surefire 6-figure situation and the ability to make your own money via endorsements has got to have even more appeal in what are pretty uncertain times with regard to college sports. Even if they're trying to do name, image, and likeness, you can tell the NCAA is still dragging along and there's all these little guardrails and issues and things that are popping up, and their heart is not in it. It's not what they want to do. They're being dragged to do this. If I'm a high level prospect, to me it's still a little bit of a no brainer. Not only as long as I'm getting good instruction, good development, getting games against high level competition. To me, this seems like a really strong option. I'm not sure why you don't take it.
There is no reason why you don't take it. If it's offered to you, you do. And it is one thing to lose out on, 5 to 10 players or maybe 10 to 15 players because of that one team. It's going to be something else entirely when the NBA and the G League figure out how to scale these salaries so that they're able to go out there and go and grab potentially 20, 25, 30 guys. Like that hurts you not having that many quality players in your sport. No matter how much we love the coaches, no matter how much we rock with the names on the front of the jersey, if you're losing the top 20 in your potential field, like that hurts the product, and it's going to hurt the viewership. And I keep going back because this one is the most recent. I keep going back to Zion. Zion, yes, Duke basketball is great. Duke basketball brings in eyeballs. Duke basketball doesn't bring in former presidents like that, though. Zion did. There was a camera on Zion during CBS airing Duke games in the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. That's how big of a star he was, and that's how much of a drawing power he had when he was in games, when he was on the court. People tuned in to see what Zion was going to do, not whether or not Coach K was going to run a good offensive set, not whether or not Duke won or lost a game. It was all about watching what Zion was able to do. So losing those types of players, it will absolutely hurt college basketball. Now, what the NCAA needs to be concerned about, and why they would be concerned about this, I'm not sure. They haven't shown an ability to have a whole lot of foresight, but the very real possibility that the G League comes up and now has a product that legitimately rivals them from a television standpoint. They can go out there and get certain players, the top 50, top 100, let's say, and do their own sort of developmental league that would bring interested eyeballs in and take away from what you're able to do. Now, it's not going to end college basketball because it's been around for a while, and we do still, as much as we love stars, we do still kind of care about the names on the front of the jerseys. But if you're losing a chunk load of stars to this other developmental league, chunk load.
Is that a technical term? Or
Yes, very technical. Chunk load.
Chunk load? Okay.
Chunk load. Anywhere between a lot and more than enough. You lose that many players, like it's going to hurt your product.
Oh, I mean, it's going to hurt the quality of the product. Now, in terms of, is it going to kill the sport or anything like that? No. And I think you're right to say that's not going to happen. But it is going to affect how good the sport has been. But honestly, the sport's been declining in quality anyway. And I think that it goes back to what we've talked about in the past. This is just the natural extension of what has been happening for years. Players are going to school in order to facilitate a career in the NBA. That's it. I don't know when the last time it was that you saw players talking about, I want to win a national championship with Team X. That's not, back in the day, and even in college football, you see guys talk about winning national championships and talk about what it means to win a championship. But it seems to me that, particularly at the elite level in men's college basketball, that is a means to an end, that the championship would come as a byproduct of an attempt to get to the pro career. And if it comes, great. Then no one's going to say no, and it's going to be a great run. And maybe after it's over, players look back and say, wow, that was really cool, and I really had a great time, and I enjoyed that experience. That was really helpful. But in terms of high school players, I think there was a time, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s, and maybe even the 90s, where guys were like, yeah, I want to win a national championship with North Carolina. I want to win a national championship with UCLA. I don't think that happens anymore. I think now it's, I want to go to this school because this coach can get me to the NBA, and whatever happens in that time is fine. I mean, Ben Simmons went to LSU. They didn't win anything, and they didn't matter. He did exactly what he wanted to do in that time frame. Most guys end up in that situation. So I think that's part of the issue with the league too, is that there's still coaches are recruiting guys with the idea that I'm going to get you to the NBA, but not so much necessarily about how that's all going to play together in winning a national championship. And I think you've seen the quality go a little bit down as a result of that.
Marcus Smart is the last player I can think of who had that sort of, I'm going to college, I want that college experience, I want to win a championship, I want to compete in the NCAA tournament with the college that I'm going to. But that's few, those type of players, like you said, especially at the top, are few and far between. College basketball survived the straight from high school to the pros era, though. And that is why I think they can survive this, but it won't be the same. They won't thrive. And while the product is down a bit from a viewing standpoint, the interest is still there. And the interest is there because you had legit stars in the making getting a chance to showcase their ability. Even Oklahoma was not very good at college basketball when Trae Young was there. We still tuned in to watch Trae Young do really remarkable things at the collegiate level, or in the hopes that he would do something remarkable in that game. And if you're void of those types of stars, it is definitely going to hurt your product.
So, long term, does is this going to be a truly existential crisis for college basketball? What's the point? What are we doing here? What are we trying to accomplish? Is it just going to go as a sport that kind of ends up with more of a diminished profile, but still, basically the same thing. Long term, is there a market for the G League product with these big names and big players and all that stuff? Are people going to tune in to watch them in a developmental sense? Like, are they going to tune in to watch that all-star team of prospects play G League teams or play, they're supposed to be going international to play some other teams? Is that going to be something that people would watch? Like, I'm not sure necessarily how compelling that is either as a TV product. But if it is, then, or if you can find a way to market it, or you can find a way to develop it, because that's the big thing for college basketball is, as you talked about, was like Zion. Like, you tune in for Zion. You want to see Zion do Zion stuff. That's where these ratings came in. It wasn't about Duke. It was about Zion. It wasn't about, Kentucky. It was about, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Davis and, these guys, Kevin Durant, and back in the day. And you could watch all these guys. You want to watch those guys who transcend the sport. Can they transcend the G League? Is there anything to transcend? I don't know if that's a compelling TV product.
The history that college basketball has is the strength of it right now. Just the sheer longevity of how long they've been around, the stories that we grew up on, the teams that we watch play, Phi Slamma Jamma, the Fab Five, UNLV, like those stories, that lore, and comparing today's era to that is what college basketball has over something new, something brand new, like what the G League is trying to do. Given time, though, there will absolutely be eyeballs on it, especially if the G League continues through and continues to expand and grow to say, hey, you know what? We'll take the top 40. We'll do a couple of different teams. We'll have them play one another, put that on marquee TV, put on ESPN2 or ESPN or something like that. Have them travel overseas to play certain teams as well and make money that way. And then that existential crisis will hit college basketball. They should be thinking, prepare for hope for the best, prepare for the worst. They should be thinking right now, worst case scenario, the G League, the NBA comes through and gets the top 40 or 50 players to do their own sort of thing with it. What model, how can we compete with that, and what is the best way to go about running business from this day forward?
Yeah, I think that'll be – there's a lot of challenges. There's no question, but you see this kid that comes over now, international competition being what it is. The more people and the more quality prospects are in this G League program, the better it's going to be for them. And then that is sort of a virtuous circle if they do it right, where you get more talent and better talent, and you end up having enough to do these things like you're talking about, having multiple teams of prospects. And now that becomes a more compelling product. And all of a sudden now you might have a league that's worth watching in its own right, rather than just because you might want to watch a prospect play or whatever. You might actually care about the outcome of some of these games in the way that AAU teams a lot of times will have really competitive, fun games. You might be just watching it for a prospect or two, but actually these are two good teams. Like this is a really interesting game in and of itself. So yeah, I think there's college basketball. Mike Krzyzewski seemed like one of the few guys that really got it and understood a few years ago and said, we are in trouble. Like we are not doing this right. And, he seems to have very aggressively tried to recruit as a result of that. And, that's the way you're supposed to do it. We'll wrap it up on the other side here in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter and CJ with you. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
This is what flow from Progressive sounds like in one of our many hilarious commercials.
And basic motorcycle policies start at just $75 a year. I know, right? Do you think I say I know, right, too often? I do. I know, right? I have to stop, don't I? I know.
And this is what that same commercial sounds like on your motorcycle. Yeah, even our commercials are better on a bike. Progressive keeps you on yours. Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edminston and CJ Hertz. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Holding back the thinking of the fear I've had so long. When somebody
Simply Red. They're simply great. Just like our friends at Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue really has been on the front of this whole thing from the very beginning when the COVID-19 stuff started to really become a major thing. They were proactive in terms of getting out in front of it and making sure and kind of realigning their entire operation to really focus on curbside aspect and delivery aspects. And, they're going to tiptoe towards, reopening like everyone else is. But they're going to, in the meantime, they're going to continue to offer their product. And it helps that it's such a great travel thing. It works beautifully as a carryout. It's so phenomenal. Like, those wings are amazing. I end up getting them carryout almost all the time because I'm grabbing some on my way, when we were out more. Would just grab some on the way home or grab some I'm going over to a friend's house, something like that. They travel beautifully. The ribs travel fantastic. The pulled pork travels fantastically. All the chicken, the turkey, all that stuff. It travels great. So it's great for curbside, great for pickup. Makes it really, really easy for you and your family when you guys are worried about what's going to happen for dinner, and you got all these other worries and stresses going on. Man, it's such a simple way to do it. You can go pick it up, or even better, they've got their own little delivery situation that they set up, which keeps all that money locally supported and to help their business continue through these tough times. Check them out at eatcbq.com. There are 4 locations on Central and Summer, downtown, East Memphis. Really can't say enough good things about them and how they've been working their way through all of this terrific stuff from our friends over at Central Barbecue. Now, I mentioned, of course, this is day 80. I don't even know where we are. We're basically a little over 2 months through the sports lockout. It feels, I don't even know. Days all run together, CJ. I'm not even sure what. I'm not sure where we are. on all of this. But I do know that you're starting to see a little bit of signs of this, and I think it's interesting to see Major League Baseball trying to find a way to come back, but doing so with some money situations that are about to get pretty nasty with players. They're trying to institute what is considered a salary cap by the Players Association. That's not going to fly with them. You're seeing that with other leagues as well. And when this money, Adam Silver started talking about that with the NBA. The NFL hasn't dealt with it yet because they haven't been directly impacted, but they will once the season starts. CJ, we're about to get into an era of some really ugly player-owner relationships, and I would predict here shortly with all this, it's about to get nasty.
Yeah, I think MLBPA it'll get nasty today. We talked about it in the first hour, what the MLB's plans were for reopening or for having the season, for starting the season in July. And one of the things that we didn't discuss that was really interesting is the fact that they went back on their prorated stance, that they were going to pay players a prorated salary and decided, no, we are going to give you 50% of whatever we make, and that is a cap. Make no mistake about it. That is a salary cap. And we know that the MLBPA is one of the strongest, if not the strongest labor unions over here right now. They're not going for that. It's going to get, I think it'll get ugly with the MLB and MLBPA right now.
Well, we talked about we'll have more throughout the week, but the pandemic stuff, like there's a lot of extra effects. You know, you worry most of all about public health, but beyond that, how it reshapes entire industries, entertainment industries, restaurants, sports. It's going to reshape billion-dollar industries just like that. It's crazy to think about. We'll think about it this week, as you will. Coming up next, it is Middays. Everybody, please practice social distancing. Be safe. We'll talk to you in the morning.